You don't have to listen to him.
Oh, hey, Gids.
Craig.
I don't think he can hear you right now. I don't know if we've started.
We have. You can be heard.
Oh,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure.
I didn't know.
But the microphones. No, everything. You should be able to be heard. Yeah. See,
Okay,
he said,
cool.
"Hey, back." He heard you.
Yeah, see, he said hi.
Awesome.
He can see.
I've got to add some time to my timer. It's on. Okay, so my timer is on 3 hours to start with, so we can finish the game, and after that, like you can just add to it by like bits and subs and stuff. I don't need it. I'm just putting it up there to be honest because I said I would do it. I don't.
Oh yeah, happy 2 year.
I don't. Yeah, I don't necessarily care if nobody contributes to it. It prefers it adds more points for new subs. Resubs don't add as many points. And
you gifted me a sub.
Yeah, it doesn't count. It doesn't count to. I only count starting at the moment when I turned it on.
Coffee bottle. Okay, there's a magnet there. I put my coffee lid down and it stuck to my computer.
I have to give Craig permission. It's like, I don't have permission to go into there. Starting now. That doesn't. I don't think that counts. Channel points don't contribute to it because if it would, then everyone would keep me up forever because I have no channel point rewards. So everyone just has 1 million channel points.
I know I have to. Oh.
Now recording.
There he is.
Thanks, Craig.
Thanks, Craig.
That's terrifying. I'm gonna hear that in my nightmares tonight.
He's just there because he records it in a version that I can like edit later, which is really good. Because otherwise,
it has 100k points.
Yeah, see, yes, there's so because I had nothing to contribute them to. I can't think of anything good for my channel points. I wish I could.
I have 52k, and I spent most of mine on making him wear a costume that was just a little hat.
It was a little hat. It was good. I like my little hat.
Which I also bought.
I have 15k. I'm just still cracking up that, like...
I have infinite points.
You gifted me a sub to your own channel?
Yeah.
So you spent money? So I wouldn't have to see a hat?
He's nice like that, though.
Yeah. Well, then I get half of it back, so it's basically like paying half price.
Yeah, so you paid $2.50
for
me not to see hats.
Yeah.
Well, in Australia, it's like $8 or $9.
Yeah,
so
7 something. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Your dollars are kind of struggling right now, aren't they?
No, they've always been like lower than yours. Although there was a fun time when I went overseas. When I was like in my early 20s, when your dollar sank like to the same level as ours, and everything over there was just half price.
Yeah.
I went on a holiday there and I bought so much stuff because I was just paying like half price for it because our dollars were the same. It was great.
I kept telling myself I'd never have a reason to go visit Australia because I'm terrified of your wildlife. But I just keep meeting more of you.
Yeah, our wildlife isn't that dangerous.
You also don't see it. Like, T and I live in the city. The only wildlife we see...
That's the thing that scares me the most.
No, I don't mean like they're hidden. Like, T and I live in the city. The only thing we see are possums.
Spiders.
Oh, but the spiders, they're not poisonous spiders. They're like, you know...
I am allergic to everything with 8 legs.
Yeah, but
you can ask Sir.
They're not poisonous. True. They're just...
They're not poisonous.
They don't have to be.
It's something like she's actually like allergic to them.
Like spider bites, I have to go to the ER for. Any spider bite.
The only spider that I really see a lot of that bites is like the big sort of like, not big, but like, you know, like this big sort of, and they catch flies, and we had one live in the house for ages. It never bothered us. I mean, it wasn't.
I know I saw some like.
It wasn't great when it would come down and like sit on the door frame, so you have to like kind of edge past it. But
yeah, but his name's Bob.
Yeah, his name's dead now because he passed away. But he lived here for a long time.
You got some monies.
Hey, bro! Thank you for 100 bits.
Holy heck! It's Apom.
I need to turn. It is Apom.
Oh, that scared the living shit out of me.
Where's my alert frame? It's not working.
It's humans.
I need to get my alert frame working. It's not. Where's it gone?
Howdy.
Oh, I can't. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's not working at the moment. But thank you. You've contributed time to my little timer down here, which is great. I'll make it dance.
But the good news about if you do get bitten by a spider and have to go to the ER, you don't pay out of your ass.
Well, I mean, if you're visiting from overseas, you will.
I don't.
I was like, I don't think.
You probably have to pay about the same, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, we should start.
Apparently, I just lost my ability. There we go. I was like, where is? I lost my ability to send messages in the chat because it just escaped beneath the frame. I'm very upset.
You just have to click on it a lot, and then it comes back.
Oh, there it goes. That's dumb.
I love cassowaries.
The cassowary was behind glass. Well, the one that I showed her at the zoo was behind glass, and she's like, we couldn't tell how big it was because it was just sitting down and not worried about anything, and it was just but you were really up close to it because it's just a bit of glass between us and the cassowary is leaning against the glass, and they are just dinosaurs. It was huge. And you can see its foot was sticking out from under it, and it's a claw, just casual claw that's I can't get myself on camera, this long. Just curled around.
I just want to spread the word of platypuses to all Americans.
Oh yeah. Haunted, for some reason, had never heard of a platypus, and saw it
really?
I don't know that I don't know that she'd never heard of it, but she claimed she'd never heard of one. And she saw it for the first time at the zoo. And she was just fascinated by it because it was the weirdest looking thing. And the one we were looking at the time had she said at the zoo, I said, that's a platypus enclosure. And she goes, what's a platypus? And I explained, and I said, well, go inside and look and you'll see what a platypus is. But she was, because the one that was in the thing, not only was it it's a platypus, so it's inherently weird, but it had the zoomies and was just zooming around in its little pond thing, and it would jump up and attack the little tree branch that's above it, and then jump back down and swim around really quickly.
I think my favorite thing though is people have heard of the platypus, but they don't realize that it's actually poisonous as well. It's got the little poisonous thing on the back of it.
When they explained it to people when they first found it, people were that's a hoax. And it was considered it was a cryptid until someone actually went out and said no, here is one, it's real, because it's a mammal but it lays eggs. Its beak, it's bill has the thing that sharks use to see in the water with the electromagnetics, and it's got a poisonous barb. It's just the weirdest. It's a monotreme, which are egg-laying mammals, and there's only 2 of them left, 2 species of monotremes, and we have both of them.
Yeah.
Granted, I think we might be at an unfair advantage because Serb has a bachelor's in biology. So
yeah, I mean, I knew about platypus before even that, but yeah, no, I had a professor that had a lot of stories about them, strangely enough.
Can I tell a story about echidnas? Because it was just echidnas were just mentioned.
Okay, but then we have to start the actual game.
I know, but I just saw echidnas and I need to talk about them.
Okay.
When I was a kid, an echidna walked across the road and my dad ran over it and we're really scared. No, it's... and we're really scared that we heard it, and we got out and our car's tires, all the ones on the side, were all really fucked up. And we got out, and the echidna's just walking back along. It was completely fine. Nothing had happened to it. It was just completely fine, but it fucked our car up.
It's like deer here.
Yeah.
It's like kangaroo here.
Yeah.
Or moose. Don't hit a moose. Don't hit a turkey either.
Well, isn't a moose one of the few remaining examples of megafauna? So yeah, definitely don't hit it because it's hitting a massive prehistoric animal.
I think the lesson here is just don't hit anything with your
Just
car.
don't run things over in your car. Pay attention where you're going.
That's the general lesson.
But the turkeys will hit you.
Yeah.
They'll charge your vehicle. They don't
Honestly,
like cars.
I mean the turkeys, but honestly the geese are worse.
The geese will fight you. The Canadian geese. The
They'll
legends
fight
are
you,
real.
They'll fight your car, they'll fight their reflection. They're just mean.
They'll fight the glass doors, the entrance to our building.
I'll fight my reflection too. So
Is this turkeys? I'd be mean too if I was like not even like a good meat, and yet people ate me in like in massive amounts.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
The problem with the Canadian geese is they go south for the winter, and everybody's like, "Oh, geese, let's feed them," and so they like get used to taking food from people. And then they come back up here for nesting season, and they're mean as fuck, and they still expect food from you.
I'd also expect food from you. You in particular.
All right.
But also,
we're starting the game.
let's start the adventures of Sexy, Dexy, and Brick.
20 minutes in, we're starting the game.
That's about par for the course for most of my games.
All right, so we have.
Look, it's been like a month.
We made our characters last stream. We made one like Serb's character is well, actually, you should introduce your own characters and explain them. So, Serb, we'll start with your character.
Yeah. Let's see. I am playing a lady by the name of Rhiannon. She is quite the vengeful lass. Let's see, what else can I say about her? No. I just remember the vengeful one was like the one of the really big ones.
Yeah.
Isn't she the token pagan?
She's also the token pagan of the group.
Yeah.
She can fight good.
Good.
Violet, what about your ocean loving character? who lives several if we look at the map, we've got the map up here. So I'll use my mouse. Our players live here in Salisbury. The ocean is here. Like all the way down here off the map where you can't see it. Like
that's fine.
Not even really close though.
It's fine. I'm sure there's like lakes and stuff.
Yeah. Ponds. But yeah,
ponds.
Describe your character for everyone.
Okay. Well, let's see if I can make words work. It's very late and my medication is probably gone, but let's see here. She is Gwen the Tenacious. Apparently she is obsessed with boats and water because she's really proficient in boats and boating and swimming to the point where I've made everyone else afraid that they'll drown.
If I recall the character creation session, you just started putting like points into like into boats, and then you just
because it's never let me down. Boat proficiency in every game.
But you're like, what if we drown? Then everyone starts frantically putting points into swimming and boats and sailing and stuff.
And just swimming, not boating. She can boat. I'm not. Yeah. I just need.
I'm also apparently hyper aware. Maybe I have anxiety.
Maybe you do.
Maybe I'm actually terrified of water, and that's why I'm so good at swimming and boating. Maybe I believe if I ever go out to sea, some eldritch being will swipe me away.
So that's your character. And T, what about Brick?
Well, yeah. Go ahead.
I spelt it the correct way for the times, but it is Brick.
Yeah. T had already decided on the name Brick, and then was like, I'm like, you can't call him Brick. So she went and found a Welsh name that is just Brioc.
It is Brick.
And
yes, for everyone, it's Brick. Yeah. It is correct. It's Brick.
Our fearless leader.
Anyway, my name is Brick. I am a very, very short but large man. Muscles.
Short king.
I'm a short king. I am a muscly, very large man. Brioc. I am extremely honest.
Oh yeah.
I am also highly aware. I'm
Anxiety club.
Yeah, you've all just got anxiety.
I'm highly aware and romantic, and I'm highly aware that we are going to end up in the river and dying. But yeah, that's pretty much about me. I'm just a very honest, short king.
Yeah. I'm
wait. We can all read.
Oh yeah, we can all read. It's very important.
Yeah.
That's why we're friends.
When they found out they couldn't have they didn't automatically get reading and writing as abilities as knights, they were like, fuck that, and like started putting points into reading and writing so they can definitely all read and write in Latin. Only Latin though, not the local language.
Oh yeah, and we're all a different religion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, one of you's a Roman Christian, the other one's a British Christian.
Yeah, I'm Catholic.
I'm the British Christian.
So you're
also really good at dancing.
Yeah. You all did kind of go for like
Dexy.
the social feats. Like Brick plays the harp too.
Do I?
Yeah.
I think you do.
Oh yeah, but not very well
Yeah.
though.
Not you're not great at it, but you do play it.
I play it just as well as I play my ukulele.
I apparently have very nice limbs and puppy eyes.
Oh yeah,
I am Dexy.
We rolled your fancy features, and it told you what parts of your body are particularly noteworthy.
Serb has the most.
I think you all rolled fairly high appearances.
Serb still has the most.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, so what's yours, T? You cut out.
I said I'm pretty ugly. I'm about 12.
That's average. That's not ugly. You're just an average. You're a short king. That's why you're so muscular. You made up for your lack of conventional good looks by just becoming super ripped.
In high school, they used to call those type of people shrimps. There's nothing going on here, but it's all down here. They did that's not a joke. In high school, they used to call the guys like that shrimps.
I'm sure.
There's definitely a very different connotation for shrimp in our American schools.
No, you rip off the head and you got what you want there. It's a very Gold Coast thing. I'm sorry.
Oh god, it is. So you are squires currently. Squires being knights in training. You're on your last sort of. You're getting ready to graduate from night school, essentially, but night school with a K, not night school that you go to because you blew out your 20s drinking and stuff.
Sorry, Cerberus Knight.
Both.
So yeah, you've been, and that's what you're getting ready to graduate. You have your sort of knightly raiment, which is like your weaponry. You have a horse that you've grown and trained as
grown.
Well, like you've grown alongside it and trained it, combat. You didn't like grow the horse in a pot plant or something.
Can I?
No. This is why I never try to say things like that, because T will be like, "Can I do that?"
Boy, something really fun just happened, and now my chat's taking up 2/3 of the window.
Oh no!
And I can.
I just want to Groot a horse. Fine, I understand.
So you are currently sort of preparing for a day of training. That's your like kind of how your life really goes. Some days you're out sort of training with your weapons, riding your horse, doing learning the knightly values and stuff. Not that there are very many values at this point in history. The values are mostly just, hey, if I'm the strong guy, so do what I say, or I'll cut you with my sword or stab you with my spear or something. and sometimes you'll spend the days indoors playing the harp, or out on the river boating. Apparently,
it's just the moat. I'm just circling the moat.
And the boat's actually like a floaty device.
Yeah, it's just a plank of wood.
It's a boaty device.
No.
Bricks like doing chin-ups or something. So at the moment you are at Vagon Castle, which is, let's check our map. It's not on our map, but I have a bigger map that it may be on, a more focused map, I should say. But I don't.
The map's on my back.
Yeah, I
Brick's
do.
back.
I think I do have it.
I'm so angry about this. I can't see most of y'all now.
I don't know what you've done.
Let me show you the disaster that happened here.
I'm actually trying to work out what you've done.
I don't know what I've done.
No.
But
I don't
now
know either. Because for me, it's like taking up like a third of the screen, but not like 2/3.
No, look what happened.
Not even.
What's happened?
Character creation.
I can't get it to move.
Oh,
what have you done?
On roll 20?
No.
Like on the backstage stuff.
Okay.
I have no idea what you did.
I don't either, but I can only see myself now. I have to scroll to see you two.
Well,
Hang on,
suffer, I guess.
I'm trying to are you sharing your screen or something?
No, it's
Oh, it's a screenshot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Can I pop out the chat? Okay, I popped out the chat. I can see you again.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
You've got
Why did it do that?
You've got T's thing where she just clicks and clicks everything until it's like that, and then she's like, "Help! I've broken it."
No, I was trying to take a screenshot, and it just went, "Okay, bye."
It's a brain fog thing.
So
Yeah.
you are at Castle Vagon, which is here on the edge of the forest. If I can mark it.
Okay.
If I click, you don't think you guys? It doesn't settle the
See the map card.
There we go.
Oh,
yeah.
yep. I know why I can't see the map because I scrolled all the way out.
Yeah, there it is. So Vagon's on the edge of the forest, and that's a castle that you are currently visiting. Well, not visiting, but you go there for training because it's expected that when you become proper knights, you will become household knights in the service of Earl Roderick, who's the Earl of Salisbury, which is this whole area that you see on the map here. And basically household knights are, another word for them is bachelor knights because they are not allowed to get married unless he says so. And basically you'll live in his manor and you'll follow him around and you'll sort of be knights directly serving him as opposed to landed knights who would have a manor of their own. Which is likely what your parents were or your fathers were. Obviously you've got I mean maybe not, but if you come from sort of like a knightly family, that's likely. But because none of you were firstborn children, none of you are actually
Wasn't one of us firstborn?
Yeah, I think one of us was actually.
Oh, were you?
Yeah,
not
one of
me.
us was.
Well, I think it was
Definitely not
me.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine says son number 1.
Oh well,
It was
then
me.
Yeah.
maybe you are. Maybe your father's just refusing to die.
Actually, I think he died really early.
Oh no, he did too. Well, actually, maybe you are landed, or maybe you just don't have your manor was given to someone else. Either way, you're a household knight at the moment because my
I had one, but it was by the water.
Yeah, it sank.
They gave it. Yeah, for some reason, they gave it to your evil uncle, the Duke.
Yeah.
No, my cousin, the Duke.
Your evil uncle who loves only land.
Your uncle who had this whole scene with you where you were on the side of a mountain and he had his claws inside of you and then he was like, "Long live the king!"
That's why my dad died so young.
Long live the landed gentry!
I'm crying.
Anyway, so you're all going to be household knights. For Earl Roderick, and that's a good job. You get basically your only job is to go out and fight when he asks you to, and that's not all the time. It's a lot, but chat's still working. Yes.
Okay. When it popped out, it erased everything.
I'm sorry that I'm not answering immediately, JD. I'm just I'll just sort of go off on a side. I'm playing a version of Pendragon that's much less gender biased. We started a game of this originally, but we stopped because it just felt so strange that everything focused on like male characters and producing heirs and stuff. And like while that's still important in the game and like the process of the game, the way that those heirs are produced and stuff like that is not really of a concern. So, people can kind of marry as they choose. And I think Violet's idea was that
go out into the forest with a net.
Yeah, Violet goes out and catches orphans in a butterfly net, and they become heirs.
I'm going to buy mine or grow mine in a pot.
Yeah.
They're going to be little Groots.
Groots. So
well,
Groots.
we did grow our own horses.
Yeah.
You didn't. You didn't grow your horses. It was
you said. You said we grew our horses.
It was I misspoke.
Sir, who's playing 50,000 games with me, shaking his head because he knows.
I'm never surprised by the things you say anymore.
You shouldn't after this one.
I'm just like, yeah, okay. That tracks.
Yeah, relatable.
So you find yourselves in the the main courtyard of Vagon Castle. Castles in this period aren't like the big stone like parapets and stuff you'll sort of think of when you think of castles. They're more like a wooden fort that's on a big sort of man-made hill with a big ditch dug around it. And there might be like some stonework here and there, but most of the stonework comes from stuff that the Romans left behind. They haven't really sort of gotten to the point where they're building things out of stone at the moment. Like they might build like churches out of stone, but that's because they consider churches very important. But everything else is kind of built out of sturdy wood, thatch, things like that. So that's what
pagan churches.
They're not all pagan. Like most of the people in the British Isles at the moment in this are Ireland are their own kind of Celtic pagan. This kingdom that you are in, which is the kingdom of Logris, is kind of a mixture of pagan and Roman Christian and British Christian. So it's kind of a melting pot. So there's a lot of tolerance there because you all kind of are mixed up together. The Saxons, who are kind of, in your eyes, invading from main Europe, which they sort of they come from what's modern day like Netherlands, and they're kind of like a Germanic people. So their gods are like Wotan and the sort of the prototypical Norse gods before they sort of went north and became Odin instead of Wotan and stuff like that. So you find yourselves kind of in this fort with Sir Elened. Sir Elened she's like a much older knight. She's probably kind of nearing the age where most knights kind of settle down and stop going to war so often, and that's kind of why she's been put in charge of like training you and making you into a new generation of knights. But she's still very formidable. She's the Earl's Marshal, and she's like when the best squires that kind of surface during their early teenage years, they're kind of picked out by her and taken to be like trained personally, because she's considered one of the best knights, best fighters in the the earldom, and so you were chosen that way. It's spring, the sun's shining. There's some other squires, maybe younger squires than you, who are out here sort of, training with their swords and carrying rocks around just to build up their strength, punching each other in the face and laughing, that kind of thing. Let me check. I'm still coming through? Fine? Yes, good. Everyone? Hello?
Yes.
Sorry,
I've just been like nodding along and making facial expressions.
I also said a lot.
I'll cut this out of the recording, but I have such a problem where I'm so used to our sessions going off on a tangent immediately that when there's a prolonged period of silence, I just assume that something's broken.
I was trying very hard not to go off on a tangent because I didn't want to annoy everyone.
I am also trying very hard to be good.
Yeah.
T and I are just sitting here, sitting on our hands, trying to be good.
I'm playing with my fidget.
I'm fidgeting with my nails.
I'm just listening.
I'm just having a nice time. So
he's just good at this.
Sir Elined, she's got short cropped hair. It's got it might have been blonde at one point, but it's basically turned white at this point. She has scars all across her face, a scar at the corner of her mouth, one over her eye, and she sort of steps out into the courtyard, and you guys are kind of doing your morning routine, which of training, which might be whatever, Gwen might be pretending that she's in a boat, just paddling in the
laps on the moat, laps around the moat.
Brick's I don't know, doing burpees or something.
I feel like Brick is actually a bench that people are sitting on. He's just lifting it up for his exercise.
So Brick is one of those turn of the century circus strongman who's ha ha ha, wears a leotard with one strap and it's got one peck.
Exposed. One nipple. Yeah, one nipple exposed. Yeah.
That's his party tit.
Yeah.
It's watch me go, Thaddeus! Ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha! And he's doing backflips around the courtyard.
Yeah.
You're medieval Johnny Bravo.
Exactly.
I just keep...
Except more
Johnny Bricko.
I just keep thinking of the character that Martin Short played in Arrested Development. If anyone's seen that. He's
I have, but I forgot.
He's he's this really old man, but kind of a buff old man. But his legs don't work, so he's carried around by a guy that just carries around. But his upper body is ridiculously ripped, and he's that's just kind of what I picture, just a buff old man.
I can't wait to draw these people.
Even though all your characters are 20 turning 21, so you're not.
Yeah.
You're not an old man.
Look, you hit your growth spurt at 10.
So
that's why you were picked out as one of the elite. You were the biggest 10-year-old on the playground.
Yeah. So Elined originally thought you were a 40-year-old man and felt sorry for you. So Sir Elined sort of steps out into the courtyard, and you always know that when Sir Elined appears, it's something you're going to be given tasks or something to do. And Sir Elined, you see, is sort of being followed by some stable hands who have your horses in tow. These are your chargers, your war horses. Not the ones that you would typically ride from place to place. They're the ones that you ride into battle or when you're jousting or something like that. So basically the way it works is you have your good horse that's cost a ton of money and is trained for years to ignore battle sounds and stuff and not be skittish. And that's your horse that you do battle on, but otherwise you don't really ride it because, it's you don't want to wear it out. And you have some smaller horses which are more for riding and just generally going from place to place. And they're not quite as big or impressive as your charger. But that's still, it's still they're still okay. Like they'll go from place to place, but this is your big impressive horse that costs you a fortune, or more accurately, cost your lord Roderick a fortune because you're going to be household knights and he has to outfit you. That's his job. And so Sir Elened steps up to you, and she sort of sees you like doing all your morning preparations. She's like, "Enough of this! Come on now, gather around.
I throw the bench with people away.
They scream and
I
clatter
stop rowing and just coast in the moat.
I'll make sure that my hair is properly tied up and head over.
Oh yeah, don't you have like gorgeous hair? Isn't that one of your traits?
Yeah. Yep. Long red hair, high cheekbones, TM, and thick with 26 C's.
Yeah, super thick. So Elened sort of sees Rhiannon tying her hair back and says, "You'll have to cut that eventually. You know, if it gets caught in your armor or caught on someone's sword or spear, you'd much rather not have it if that happens. Believe me, I know from experience." But anyway, I digress. We're going to start the day with some practice with the lance. Jousting. Not each other, with the quintain.
Damn.
You've got your horses here. I'll have you each take turns charging the plate and striking it. And whoever strikes true, well, perhaps there'll be a reward, perhaps not.
I have a question.
Yes, Brick.
Who's true?
I will never tire of your purity, Brick. Your great, noble purity and vacancy of head.
Just hit it really hard, Brick.
Yes. In this case, Brick, true is the wooden plate on the end of the jousting track. In fact, Brick, why don't you show everybody who true is by mounting up on your horse and striking at the plate. You can go first.
I feel sorry for True.
You should. So what I'll get you. So once you mount up on your horse, which you're you're all good at because you've all basically grown up around horses and stuff. One of the squires, your fellow squires, sort of holds out your lance for you to take.
I thank him.
It's like, yes, thanks, Brick. Strike true.
I don't want to, but I must.
And you sort of couch it in your arm. And what I'll get you to do is go into your character sheet and roll lance for me.
Okay.
No modifiers, no nothing.
Okay.
Button.
That is a so a success. It's not like the greatest hit anyone's ever seen, but Brick does exactly what Sir Elened has asked of him. He charges in. He actually, Brick, why don't you describe hitting the plate with your lance?
I ran forward, reluctantly holding it towards True, and I hit him. And it was a sad day.
All the squires kind of like, yeah, Brick! Woo!
I shed a tear and I wiped it away.
So noble, Brick! We love you! We love your abs! And then Elened's like, very good, Brick. Very good. Come back. Stay on your horse. We'll be trying something else in a moment. Rhiannon, mount up. The same from you. I want to see your skill with the lance. And that's just an unmodified lance roll from you.
Okay. And then unmodified.
Oh no.
Oh, success! It didn't show numbers for a second. I'm like, how do you not? How do you roll a void? How do you roll an emptiness? Again, you strike true. So why don't you describe Rhiannon's form with hitting the plate with the lance?
So Rhiannon is, if you ask her, she believes that she was blessed by the fair folk, but her specifically her sword arm was blessed by the fair folk on birth. Nothing about her lance. So she's not as sure about the lance, but she's like, okay, well, you know what? I've been talked up. I need to show that I belong here. And she already gets enough flack for one being a pagan and two looking extremely different. So she just kind of steels herself and she gallops forth and she strikes True. Because True apparently hasn't had enough punishment today.
Yeah, we hate True. So Elined nods in approval and says, "Just as expected, Rhiannon, your sword arm may have been blessed, but remember that you carry a lance with the same arm."
I nod dutifully.
Gwen,
Yes.
it's not a boat, but perhaps you'd like to mount your horse.
All right.
There's just a boat on top of the horse.
The saddle is boat shaped.
Have you considered? You can name your horse. Have you considered naming it like Boat?
Bodie McBoatface.
Boat. Boat the horse.
Boat the horse. I'll definitely come up with a better pun than that. But
okay, so
all right.
So Elena says, "I want you to your lance is handed to you." And said, "Same. I want you to strike the plate. Perhaps as well as you can do it. Really focus."
I'll certainly try. And it's Lance, right?
Lance, yes.
Okay, no modifier, correct?
No modifiers, no.
It's asking for a modifier. There we go.
Just no.
Wow, I'm way better at this than both of you. Wait, I'm supposed to roll low.
Yeah,
okay.
You
want low.
You have to roll either.
I'm bad at
You have
this.
to roll either your. The way that the rules work, you have to roll. If you roll directly on your skill number, so like 10, if you rolled 10, that's a critical success. If you roll under it, that's a success. That's just a regular success, and rolling over it is a failure.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have saddled this horse with a boat.
Maybe you should have just let the horse be a horse instead of trying to make it some sort of hybrid boat horse.
Apparently, instead of jousting, I tried to row.
Describe how Gwen misses the mark with the lance.
I feel like you had a really good idea there.
Yeah, it's basically like I go for it, but then my instinct kicks in, and instead of the way it was here, I had the grip on it backwards, like you would a row, and so it just misses entirely.
As your lance sails past the plate and misses it, Sir Elined just kind of pinches the bridge of her nose and sighs.
I think I'm actually the smallest and weakest of this party.
And she sort of mutters to herself, like, "I honestly thought it would be Brick." Anyway,
I actually think I am the smallest. What are our size attributes?
I'll go check my height.
11.
I'm 10.
Okay, so I am as short as you, but not as thick.
Yeah.
Sir Elined says, "Well, perhaps you'll have better luck with the quintain." And knowing that you just missed Gwen, the idea of the quintain may fill you with a little bit of dread because it's fundamentally the same thing as the plate, except it's on a rotating swivel. So when you strike the plate, there's a rock tied to a rope on the other end, and when you strike the plate, it swings the rock around at you. So basically, the exercise is to hit the plate and then dodge out of the way of the rock as it swings past you. So Elined says, "Take a strike at the quintain, Gwen." Perhaps you'll have better luck.
Maybe.
So that's just another unmodified lance roll.
Oh boy.
Which you've had success with. So you succeed this time.
Yay!
So describe Gwen striking the plate and dodging the rock.
Okay, well, it turns out that my small stature works in my favor for this. So, and once again, it's just one of those things where I'm holding it the wrong way, so I just kind of like jab it and then like go through with the rowing motion and duck out of the way.
So as you sort of come back around, like looking happy with yourself for having successfully struck and dodged the quintain. So Eleanor kind of grabs your horse by the bridle to sort of stop you and looks up at you and says, "Gwen, I believe we've had the discussion before, but it is a lance, not a fishing spear. You couch it in your arm, not over your shoulder. You are not hunting for trout. You are trying to strike your opponent off of their horse."
Yeah, but my overhand is so much better than my underhand.
It doesn't matter. There's a form to it. Your underhand will only improve if you use it.
Ma'am?
Sir, but yes. We don't
sir.
say sir is just universal in this.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yes, Brick.
Does it really matter if she's not dead?
It does.
This is why you're my favorite.
It does, because on the battlefield, you're not just having a rock swooping back at you. You are having an angry Saxon with a sword, potentially, preparing to lop your head off. And you want to have your form correct.
Sir.
Not if I harpoon him.
Sir.
Yes, Brick.
But the art of surprise, sir. They won't expect it.
Well, I can't argue with you there, Brick.
Thank you.
Well, in actual fact, I won't argue with you there because I am getting on in years. I've entered my winters, my final winters, and I do not want to spend them having this conversation with you.
Like talking to a brick wall.
Rhiannon! Strike the quintain for me. Save me from this. Show me your skill.
The idea of Rhiannon's the only competent one of us.
Sounds about right.
So Rhiannon, describe your character being struck striking the plate but being hit by the rock. It wouldn't do permanent damage. It would just sort of bruise you, but it would, it wouldn't be pleasant. So
it'd be kind of funny to get your hair tangled in it.
So like she strikes the plate and then the rock comes over and like for a moment she's distracted by
Brick flexing in the background. No.
He's doing the Johnny Bravo thing.
Yeah, I feel like Brick is always like that bugged character in cutscenes where they're just doing something random.
Yeah, he's walking through your jousting cutscene. He's like,
To be fair, it's probably because I've played many bugged games or watched many bugged games.
He's T-posing through. He's T-posing through.
He's T-posing through the game.
Okay.
But she sees a new face amongst like the staff, and they look particularly attractive, and she's momentarily distracted. And then she's just hit by the rock.
Yeah. So she doesn't fall off of her horse, but she gets hit by the rock, and so Eleanor sort of once again pinches the bridge of her nose and sighs and says, "We have a long way to go. Brick, would you care to strike the quintain?"
Must I again strike an innocent foe?
It's wood and a rock.
It has a name, sir.
Quintain.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything has a name. It's the purpose of language, Brick.
You should call it by its name. I will avenge you.
Yeah, Quintain did just hit your friend.
Yes.
I will avenge you, fair maiden.
Thank you, Brick.
Well done, Brick. Well done, Brick.
Yeah.
Brick strikes the quintain. Oh, describe how Brick strikes the quintain and dodges the rock.
I do some showing off, and then I hit it and bow while it goes over.
I guess so you're bowing. So it's a pure accident.
Yeah.
Ellenette's like, well, it's better than nothing.
I'm just over in the sidelines, excitedly clapping.
Well, we done, Brick. Okay.
I imagine that Brick is like super masculine looking, and then we've got Rhiannon, who's like super femme and 26 Cs, and then we've just got Gwen, who like sometimes people have to like look 2 or 3 times to figure out if she's the girl or not. Just small and all limbs.
Gwen's wearing some sort of weird homemade fish costume and carrying a trident. No one knows why. What I want to do? Let me have a quick glance at everyone's sheet because before we move on to the next thing, because I want to sort of encourage some role playing and sort of touch on people's virtues, which are your kind of like your personality traits. I think we talked about them in the last stream. But we didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't finish all of them. I think anything that has a 0 is just a 10 and a 10. By the way, if you've got zeros in your virtues, they're just a 10 and a 10 because you haven't.
That should be a 7.
So
there we go.
Not Brick. What about Gwen? I'm just saying if any of you are particularly inclined towards meanness and cruelty. No, none of you really.
Isn't Rhiannon's whole thing that she's like vengeful?
Vengeful, but not cruel.
But that's a separate thing from cruelty.
And Brick is particularly nice.
Yeah.
Nice person. So Brick. So yeah, none of you feel particularly inclined to make fun of Rhiannon getting hit by the rock. You all seem kind of happy to move on from that. But Rhiannon, how do you feel about being struck by the rock and sort of because your companions kind of succeeded and you failed? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I could do better. I know.
You could braid your hair next time.
That might work. Just like a good, nice braid. Maybe get a symbol of the spirits in there somehow.
Oh, tie a spike to the end.
Use it as a weapon.
And I could whip my hair about.
Whip my hair back and forth.
In the face.
She's not actually considering it. She's just kind of humoring it.
Yeah. You can put like a row in it.
You mean an oar?
If I grow it long enough, I could probably hide an entire other night in there. That'll surprise them.
Element of surprise.
Yeah.
Although I do kind of want to see you row a boat with your hair.
While you're having this discussion, Sir Elened sort of finishes talking with the stable hands and walks over to you and says, well, we do need to practice your lance skills. Brick, obviously you have your form down very well, although I feel some of your success may be partly based on fortune rather than skill. But
fortune favors the brave, ma'am.
I've not
heard nod sagely along.
Oh, that's a very those are wise words. Rhiannon, I'm very disappointed with your performance on the quintet.
Yes, sir.
You should be out here practicing more, I believe. Gwen, again, form with the lance. You need to practice this. But I did find what I was impressed by for each of you was your horsemanship, your skill with your mounts. But it left me curious. Which of you would be the superior horseman? And I thought, well, obviously I could ask your opinion, Brick, but what I actually wanted to do was test the theory and see who
Ma'am, I just have to make a statement.
Yes, Brick.
None of us are horses.
Dear, sweet, dull Brick. What I mean is your skill as a rider of a horse.
I don't know how good I am with horses or men, but I'm pretty good with ships.
Gwen, don't start. I tolerate it from Brick because he doesn't know any better.
Look, on the
Rhiannon-
battlefield, we are one with our horses.
Rhiannon, thank you for saying something that makes a morsel of sense and sparing me from lunacy.
It
Anyway.
doesn't really make sense because we are not part of our horse.
Anyway,
I'll have you know.
Please,
Thunder
Rhiannon, no.
and
Rhiannon, what have we talked about when have we talked about not engaging, haven't we?
Yes. Just count to 10.
Yes, count to 10, breathe.
In and out.
What Brick lacks in brain, he makes up for in incredible talent.
Yeah, that is true. It's very true.
Andy can read.
You can all read.
We could. That's why we're friends.
Yeah. I remember specifically you insisting on having reading lessons with the priest. It was frustrating and probably why you can't hold a lance properly now.
It's important to read, though.
It's not. That is the priest's job.
And ours.
He will read for you.
But what if I'm in the middle of nowhere and I need to read?
Why would you need to read in the middle of nowhere?
It might be on the wall. I can't take that wall down and take it to the priest.
Why would there be writing on a wall?
That is a really good question.
Why would there be writing of any import on a wall? You would be committed to parchment or a book.
That's a really good question. You should ask the wall.
We are going to have a horse race now, and I am going to lie down.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Take your horses out through the main gate. We'll race them around the castle.
Okay.
So
As we're walking off, Gwen just leans over. I think you make an excellent point.
I know.
Now we know who indulges Brick.
So when you get outside, you find that the stable hands have kind of like marked out. You've raced this course before. It's basically just a circle around Vagon Castle, and the stable hands have kind of marked it out with some chunks of limestone they've kind of thrown on the ground to be like markers to show how far you're going. It's just once around. And when Sir Eleanor has gone to lie down, one of the stable hands kind of looks up at you as you all come down and says, "All right, you having a race?"
We are.
All right.
No.
All right. Sir Eleanor usually manages these, but she said she needs to go lie down. So she got something about a headache. Anyway, I guess I can be your referee if you would if that's okay and you'd like that.
Oh, would you?
Appreciate it kindly, sir.
Yeah. All right. Oh, thank you. Good nights. He sort of tugs his forelock at you and he goes, "Oh, so all right. We'll just line up here at the starting line here, just next to the gate. And I guess when I say, go, you go."
It's like says go and Brick just goes.
No, go, Brick, come back, Brick.
It's okay.
No.
It's a circle. He'll come back.
All right. Well, okay. So you guys, I don't think it's fair because he's going to wear his horse out and he's not going to have the same energy as you.
We can all do a practice round.
All right, do a practice round then.
Fair's fair. Let's go.
And the stable hand just kind of sits there, just like as you sort of ride up. He's
Somehow
like,
we are the cream of the crop.
He's like, because I do not understand it. I am flabbergasted. I am in shock and awe.
I feel like that's stated a lot around Brick.
Sir Elined sort of like comes out of the gate, apparently not quite ready to lay down yet, and says, "Oh, are they racing now?" And he's like, "They're doing a practice run." And Sir Elined's like, just closes the gate and disappears back inside. So as you kind of ride back around, he kind of stops you all and says, "All right, so when I say,
the words,
the word, it doesn't say it to Brick. You all, and he mimes sort of like riding off on a horse. All right, so ready, go!" And so what we're going to do here is you're all going to take turns rolling dice, rolling your horsemanship, and I will tell you. I will tell you how you do. As we go. I'm just setting up a little sheet here. I'm not going to show it on stream, but I'm just going to. But all your horses move at 8. Basically, they move 8 spaces. So what you need to do is roll me just a regular, unopposed, unmodified horsemanship roll. You're all racing on your charges, and I'll tell you sort of how far you're going. So this is the first round. So we'll start with Brick. If you want to roll a horsemanship for me,
Brick may do that.
Brick may.
Admit. Brick did it.
Okay, so Brick moves ahead 8. No,
I need to quickly run off because my alarm's going off and I can't hear properly.
Okay, so everyone, just roll horsemanship for me, and I'll tell you sort of. Yep.
Let's see.
Boop.
Oops.
Okay, so
it's like a boat with legs.
So when you means you sort of after that first sort of length, your Brick and Rhiannon are kind of neck and neck, and Gwen, you've fallen behind a little bit, desperately trying to row your horse, I guess. Row your horse gently down the stream.
I'm like doing this with the reins.
It's like, why wasn't and the stable hand is watching you like row the horse, just like. Why did they?
I'm bad at this, T.
They get to ride these expensive horses we spend years training, and one of them thinks it's a bloody boat. I think it's true. They're all inbred. That's true. That's to be true.
It is true.
Okay. So now we'll do everyone roll your horsemanship again. We're doing the second length. So T, for just so you know, we are. Ooh.
What?
Mac, thank you for your sub.
Yay!
Woo! Woo!
Hey, I just spilled.
Oh, you can
water
even
off
see how
some
shiny
very
my nails
sick.
are on stream.
In the
How
office,
shiny they are.
Ooh. In the office, I'm very sick. That is no good. I'm very sorry to hear that, Mac.
Thank you, kid. I'm sorry you're sick, Mac.
Yeah.
Is my timer not working? Did it add time?
Oh,
it is
hype
working.
train is close.
Oh,
Yeah.
yay! Thank you for the sub.
23 months.
Gideon, thank you. Look at this. Look at the time going up. You're adding time. Isn't that cool? Isn't that a cool function? Wouldn't you like to keep? No, never mind. Anyway, so after
I somehow did the same thing that Violet did.
you failed.
No.
What?
I
Rode your
had my
horse?
My chat.
Oh,
My chat's like really big.
I had to pop out the chat.
That's fine. I can deal with it the way it is.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel weird. But
don't. Do you have to scroll though now? Can you see everybody at once?
I
or do you
can
have to
see
scroll?
everyone. I can see everyone. They're just smaller. But yeah.
Rhiannon, would
Cool.
you like to roll your horsemanship for me?
Oh, I did.
Yeah. No, I
again.
mean Gwen. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, right. I got distracted by subs.
Yes. So did I.
Not ships, subs.
Submarines. They're like a ship, but under the water.
I still.
Gwen. So Gwen, you're only moving at half speed, basically.
Did you fail again?
Yeah.
I turned around and tried a backstroke.
So
I'm backwards on the horse now.
So
like now I'm like before I was doing like this. Now I'm like going the other way.
So yeah, Brick and Rhiannon are still like neck and neck on the race. Gwen is behind and just can't seem to get the hang of this horse riding business. So
I've gotten the reins like stuck on my wrist now.
Let's do another round. Actually, let's describe sort of how you're like what you're doing, like how the race is, and you can sort of give me some like just some flair about how you're racing, knowing that Brick and Rhiannon are kind of keeping up with each other, and Gwen is not falling off the horse, but not doing a good job of keeping it going forward.
Too much limb, too much rein. I'm all tangled up.
Brick.
What do you have?
Yeah. Brick is just like doing like standing, like doing these things.
Standing on the horse.
Yeah.
I've seen that at a medieval
doing that.
Like the Moscow circus thing where you see like the Cossacks riding around on the backs of horses.
Yeah.
Standing on them. Oh my
god.
Pretty sure we saw that at our last Ren Fair, actually.
Yeah.
Rhiannon is just trying very hard to redeem herself, even though her mentor is not actually around to see it. And she's just like, how does Brick keep doing this?
Rhiannon, would it be frustrating that you are focusing so hard on keeping, sort of staying in the lead, and Brick just seems to be fucking around and staying right up?
Oh, absolutely. Brick is my friend, but it is frustrating.
This is like the wizard versus sorcerer D&D trope.
The Brick just fails forward.
Brick is just the Chad.
Yeah.
All right.
Brick is constantly failing upwards.
I need you to give me one more horsemanship roll, and I'll be right back. I just need to duck out for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Cool. Can I redeem myself?
I fumbled!
Oh no!
Something's happened.
I'm gonna let you roll first because you're...
No success.
Alright. I failed again!
Oh, no.
See, you failed, I fumbled, and I'm standing on a horse.
Oh no, you are.
I'm on a horse. I think what it is I'm off the horse now, but I'm not on the ground because I'm all tangled up in the reins.
See, the thing that's really funny is this is gonna be very traumatic to me because I've been stood on by a horse before. Fucked up.
The noise that I heard from T, I'm so curious to see what happened here with our results. Fumble! Brick, you fumbled!
While I'm standing on a horse.
Okay, yeah, so you were standing up on the back of the horse. So let's just mark everything first. So we'll mark Rhiannon's success, so Rhiannon moves ahead.
I failed a third time in a row.
Honestly, I feel like this is fucking karma.
And okay, so you, Brick, what I want you to do for me now is roll me a hang on. Roll me a D6.
A D6, okay.
I think so just a straight D6 for me, please.
3.
3? You take 3 damage as you topple off your horse.
Yay.
So Gwen, you're kind of like as this leg of the race draws to a close, you ride up. You're sort of still failing your way, failing forward as you go, and you see Brick fall off of his horse, and he's just laying on the dirt. He's taken 3 health damage. I can apply that for you, Brick, if you'd like.
Thank you. I can't work out how to do it.
There you go. You are. Yeah. So there you go.
I think my current hit point still says 0. I should probably fix that.
Yeah. No, you're dead. That means you're dead. So you're out of the game, Violet. Thank you for playing.
Good thing I was only the first. I'm sure one of my siblings can pick up the slack.
Brick, you'll need to take this round. If you want to continue on the horse race, you'll need to take this round to climb back on your horse.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
That means you don't get to roll horsemanship again until next round.
That's fine. I'm sure I can come tie at least.
Well, you've got, there's still a little bit of race to go. You've got some space.
Yeah.
So Gwen and Rhiannon, if you want to roll your horsemanship, and we'll see how.
Sure.
While Brick is sort of lying on the ground behind you in the dust. Okay, so Rhiannon continues to move ahead.
Do I redeem myself? I finally didn't fail.
Well, Rhiannon has a bit of a commanding lead at this point.
Yeah.
Brick is coming last. Gwen is in second place.
That's fair.
How am I in second place? I've failed 3 times.
Because Brick fell off his horse.
The fumble is very powerful.
Honestly fair.
Yeah, good thing we're not playing like, some sort of jockey RPG where you're professional horse racers.
I feel like I would have tried to stop and help him.
But Brick, he's like a roly-poly guy. He's fine. He's already climbing back. He's probably already climbing back on the horse as you ride past
I'm climbing as you go past me. I'm like, whoa, that was fun.
He's like, he's bleeding profusely from his head. He's like,
that's what it is. It was like one of those cartoon Who Framed Roger Rabbit moments where I was all tied up in the reins. And then because I saw Brick get up and give the bloody thumbs up, I went to go clap and suddenly the reins are free.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool, I'm free again. And then...
All right, another round of horsemanship from all of you, if you please.
Okay.
I think this is a practice race. Thank you, kids. Oh, we're doing another round? Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Critical.
Yeah. Brick is making up for his. Oh,
I too made up for it. We have inspired each other.
Okay, so Rhiannon, you move a regular 8 ahead. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The critical means you move. You allows a movement of extra 2 steps. So Gwen, you go 8. You go 10 spaces ahead. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Lost track of where we are. Numbers.
Yes, I'm doing it. Don't worry. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's 3:30 in the morning.
6,
I'm not gonna do math.
Well, you're still in the same positions you were in, but you're
Fine.
yes, but you're racing. It seems like Brick and Gwen both have the hang of riding their horse. Rhiannon's kind of been like a stalwart and keeping up.
I just want
no
to point out
nonsense.
that Brick's back to standing up on the horse.
Brick, no! Yeah, the stable boy is sort of watching and he's like, "Don't stand on the horse! You fell off, you bellend!"
Rick is clearly our inspirational drive because seeing him fall and get back up gave me the courage to crit.
Okay, so another round of horsemanship, if you'd be so kind, and we'll see how you.
Oh no!
Oh god.
I love this.
Yeah, Brick, your horse slows down substantially. But you
And
know,
I yell back at the stableman, "You spoke them!"
I did it! You did!
I've turned around to see who was yelling. And forgot I'm supposed to be forcing.
And this will,
As Skids has put it.
Unless Rhiannon fails or fumbles here, she will cross the finishing line with this round. So you guys should cross your fingers.
I think she will. She's got really good horsemanship.
So this is another round of horsemanship from everyone.
Where's mine?
Oh, Brick.
Oh no.
Yes.
So Rhiannon crosses...
Rhiannon is the equivalent of slow and steady wins the race.
Rhiannon crosses the finish line. Brick goes... so at this rate, I mean, we can determine who comes second and third if
No, I want to go last because it's funny.
So yeah, so Gwen, you sort of coast across the finishing line second, despite your best efforts. And Brick...
I was gonna say it's gonna be that thing where it's like I stop and I help him cross the finish line at the same time.
Yeah. So when you cross the finishing line, so Sir Eleanor is sort of standing there waiting for you. It's sort of Sir Eleanor sort of says, "Well done, well done. Let's have a bit of a rest now. Let your horses have a rest, and you get down from them. Rest your legs."
Brick is still standing on him.
Brick, hop down now.
Oh.
Brick, sweetie, hop down.
Okay, I do a flip and get down.
Well done. Well, Rhiannon, there were some nail biters there, but you seem to stay the course. Not the most blisteringly fantastic horsemanship I've ever seen, but steady and stalwart, and it won the day. So congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir.
Gwen, I feel as though your second place may be unearned.
What are you talking about? She earned it. She got second.
I feel like, Brick, if you had not fallen off your horse,
I deserve that, though.
I'm not saying you didn't.
Exactly. So then she deserves second.
Well, okay, Brick. That is a very noble thing for you to say. Actually, what I'll get you to do, Brick, is can you click generous for me?
Click generous, yeah.
So you see in your personality traits where it says generous?
I failed.
So we'll
failed at generosity.
I think we mark it because you roll it. Yeah. So you say that you're like, well, she did it, but then like you can kind of in the back of your mind you're like, but it was probably just because you've got that sort of, well, I did pretty well.
That backhanded generosity.
Yeah.
You're just saying what I want to hear.
It's up to you whether you say it out loud, but it's definitely in your mind.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we have need of your talents now. Once you've had a rest, I'm going to ask you to take on a small task for the good of the county. Are you prepared? Do you believe you'd be okay with that?
Absolutely.
Very well. Brick, does that sound good to you? Do you want the opportunity to serve the Earl?
You said something, the mic didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, I said okay.
Very good.
I imagine that was the response.
It wasn't.
He mumbled something under his breath. It's like, we didn't hear you. I said okay.
Well, okay, Brick.
Brick is a little injured, but Brick will do it.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Brick refers to himself in the third person.
Brick is injured.
It's a bit of a troublesome affair, actually. The peasants have reported a man-eating bear in the West Acres. I've never heard of such a thing.
I have a question.
Yes, Brick.
Do not all bears eat men?
No. Only the bears that have eaten a man are considered man-eating.
But what about bears that have eaten women?
We're speaking Old English where the term man just means person.
That's very confusing. I mean, I know how to read, and that's confusing.
I'm telling you this out of... Sorry, I'm telling you this out of character. Man used to just be the overall term for, like, person, and it gradually evolved to mean men. But man was just...
I, the player, know this.
Yeah. Man just meant people. So, yeah. Yes, it could also eat women. Could eat anything. It's a bear.
Should we have women then? If the bear eats women,
it eats men too. It will
eat. The problem.
Should I be there if it eats men?
We're going there because it's eating people.
Yes.
We have to go to stop it.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well then, I get it. That's cool.
Stop this man and woman eating bear.
If you ask me, it's probably just they're just making up stories, but they won't work until it's gone. So it's,
To be fair, I understand I would not work. If I wanted a day off, I would talk about a man-eating bear.
Well,
actually, did you know that there's a man-eating bear around the corner?
Don't worry, sir. We will find this bear if there is indeed a bear.
Aren't you excited? Have you ever fought a bear before? You could be Brick the bear fighter.
Brick the bear killer.
But have you not fought a bear before?
Brick, you have not fought a bear before.
You've known me my whole life. I haven't fought a bear.
When we go hunting, we kill things.
Yeah, but not bears. Yeah. Usually it's like boars and deer and stuff.
No, those are boars. That's a different. No, I know it's very close, but those are different animals.
Brick, you're thinking of the pigs. I'm talking about the big thing with the fangs and claws.
Oh, okay, not pig.
No, not the pig.
Oh, okay.
You'll know it when you see it. But like I said, it's probably just a rabid dog. But anyway, I know you generally have a leader. You pick amongst yourselves. The three of you seem inseparable. But I want to challenge that by having you joust. And the last person left, the winner, will be considered the leader of the hunt.
Are we arranged on the screen so I can point to Brick?
No, you can't vote. This will be determined by combat, as all true and right things are.
Rhiannon is already mounting her horse. She's ready.
Can I not just vote for Rhiannon?
Brick?
No, you're going to fight me for it, and I'm going to win it.
Brick, okay. We are jousting, Brick.
Rhiannon wins.
No. Brick, you must joust.
If I win, can I say Rhiannon? Can I say Rhiannon's the winner?
Yeah, is it like the winner has the right to choose?
Can I get you all to roll your valorous for me? Oh, actually, I want Brick and Gwen to roll their valorous for me, because you are saying things that kind of would be against that, and if you fail this, then you Okay, so yeah, you are actually no, sorry, I was wrong. Can you roll cowardly for me? Because you're saying cowardly things, so you have to succeed at cowardly rolls. Yeah.
Only got 5 in cowardly.
So Gwen, can you roll cowardly for me as well? Because these are cowardly things that you so neither of you are actually successfully able to convince yourselves that you don't want to have a joust, because you're brave and you're naturally brave.
I would like to joust. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a smart move would have a smart leader. I'm not saying it out of cowardly. I'm saying it out of intelligence.
So Elened pinches her bridge of her nose and says, Brick... Actually,
that's modesty speak.
Brick, humor me. Once you leave, you can make the stable boy your leader for all I care. I just want you to joust.
Joust. I don't give a fuck about that. I just want her as my leader.
Then you can determine that after. But for now, we are jousting. Prepare your jousting. To prepare your lances, and I am going to have a stroke.
What's a stroke?
Don't worry. I don't know either. It's the medieval times. You know?
Is it like you're gonna have a stroke? Like you're gonna go take a sword and like swipe at somebody?
I think it's
Yes,
adult.
you, Gwen. Okay, so what we do here is we do lance checks, but they're opposed checks, which means the higher success wins. Which I think is I think the higher success wins means the closest to your threshold without going over it.
Okay, which I think are we all 10 or?
Let me double check.
Yeah, we're all 10 on Lance.
Apologies for this. Sometimes I get fumbly with rules. I believe it's the closest.
We're playing blackjack with jousting.
Yeah. So opposed resolution. So opposed resolution. Opposed rolls. Simple success may not be enough to defeat the opponent. The player must succeed with their own roll and roll a number higher than that of the opponent. So yeah, you've got to roll it higher, closest to your threshold without going over, basically. So yeah, and if you hit it, that you get knight blackjack. Yeah.
Okay.
Knight blackjack.
All right,
but not knight Jack Black.
Yeah, no, we don't knight Jack Black. We have to wait and see how he does his Bowser first in the Mario movie. Okay, so the first one's up. It's Rhiannon, because Rhiannon was the first ready. Let's go versus Elena says, Brick, you and Rhiannon first. So both of you roll your lance skill and see who wins.
Oh no.
Well, it's because it's a non-lethal
a
non-lethal thing. It's not a
Brick's just fucking himself up. It's fine.
Brick, you topple off your horse again.
You try to challenge it with your face.
Yeah. You get hit like square in the chest with the roll me another d6.
Yay.
So I'm just like, yeah. Oh.
Okay, so Brick, you take some yet more.
Yeah, I put it on 18. It's all good.
Okay, so Brick's kind of beaten up, you guys. But Elened says, Brick, I'm very disappointed. That's
this was the smart choice.
You are an able mounted combatant. I don't know why you are insisting on standing on your horse lately.
Because it's fun.
I guess that's true. Well, Gwen, if you can best Rhiannon, that would make you the winner. If Rhiannon can best... Actually, Gwen, I think you should have to... No, let's not complicate things. Let's leave Brick to his wounds. This will be the decider. Gwen versus Rhiannon.
All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
Lance, right?
Lance rolls the pair of you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Nope.
You are...
Jeez.
You are also unhorsed by Rhiannon, Gwen, though you don't take any damage falling off because you sort of managed to brace yourself a little bit.
Also, I'm very standing on your horse.
I just do like a backward somersault and I land on my feet and I'm good. I stick the landing.
So Elened claps her hands slowly and says, "Very well, Rhiannon, you are the leader of the hunt." Which I believe
we could have figured that out a lot faster and with a lot less violence.
Well, I honestly thought you put up something of a fight, but I'm mistaken.
You have eyes, right? You saw me out there earlier, right?
Well, I trained you to ride a horse, Gwen. I assume that...
Are you sure?
Something of what I taught you dwells still within your brain.
I thought you trained her to row boats.
No, she trained herself to row boats.
Oh, well, she's better at training people then.
It would seem so.
You should learn from her.
So Elened kind of turns away from Brick and says, "Rhiannon, I want you to go to Imber and ask for a priest by the name of Old Gar. Do you have any questions?"
It shall be done.
So now, do you want to leave this afternoon or tomorrow morning? It's a half day's ride.
She'll kind of look to Brick. May chance tomorrow to give Brick some time to recover. If it is a bear, we should be at close to full strength.
Yeah, couldn't bear it if we lost one of us. Brick just pulls out a rum set from nowhere.
I'm assuming that if we at least take a little bit of a rest, Brick can kind of recover.
Well, the way it works is you heal on Sundays.
Okay.
So we can say tomorrow is a Sunday, and Brick can have a chance to heal a little bit. So your natural healing rate is your strength plus your constitution divided by 10. So you normally recover that amount of points, every week. So
yeah, I get 3.
So you recover.
So strength plus your constitution divided by 10.
Yeah.
Rounded.
It's actually in your attributes.
Yeah.
Healing rate.
Yeah, it already says it.
Oh.
Yeah. So
rounded down.
Yeah. So just say that. Yeah. Your health increases by 3, Brick. You're still not at full.
How do I have a percentage of a point for glory?
That's because the way your glory works is it's passed down from your grandfather to your father to you. So you have 10% of their glory. So if they got like a fraction of a point, then it sort of extrapolates from there. Okay, so Brick, you recover a little bit overnight.
Yeah, I did 21. 21.
Hey, poor Brick just falling off horses left and right.
To be fair, it's his own fucking fault. Shouldn't be standing up on horses.
Rhiannon, well, once we're done with our mentor, I was gonna say that she'll actually just go to check on Brick to make sure he is actually okay, because he has fallen off his horse twice today.
It's fine. He landed on his head.
Nothing in there.
So you'll see on the map.
He didn't land on anything important like a muscle.
Yeah.
You'll see on the map that we are. Where's my roll20? I've lost it.
Going over here.
Yeah, we're in Vagon here, and you're going. We want you to ride up to Imber, which is north of that. Yeah, thank you, Tim.
So we are gonna do this number.
Yeah, but except it's not 12 feet away. That the scale on these maps is wrong.
It's a whole 3 bricks away.
Yeah.
There's totally a river right there.
Where?
I can't believe you tried. Isn't that a river?
Yeah,
I think that's a road.
That is a river. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a river. Yeah.
I'd imagine that settlements have to be near water.
Yeah. Well, a Winterborn, Winterborn Stoke there. Winterborns are on rivers because there are parts of the river where, at certain times, the water level lowers and it's chalky, and that's what a Winterborn is because you can cross it there. I can't remember. Go on.
I was just thinking about Violet's how she's the firstborn. And I was thinking maybe Violet's house got inundated with water, and that's why she's obsessed with boats.
That's what I said earlier. Her manor sunk.
Yeah. They built it on one of those Florida sinkholes.
Wow.
Those things are terrifying.
So yeah, you spend the
Brick
night.
is just Florida man.
Salisbury man.
Salisbury man.
Brick spending the night sort of recovering from his bruises. You kind of prepare for your journey the next day. It's only a half a day's ride away. You might spend a little while hunting and stuff. But it's you're not going too far afield. You're still within the county. You generally travel further than this when like you go to Sarum where the Earl reigns from. So this isn't a big trip. But what I would like to do now is take a brief, couple of minutes of a break so we can, hydrate, do things that need to be done.
Oh yeah, I finished my coffee. I should probably put like actual liquid in me now.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't have like a where be right back screen, so you just have to look at this screen
Gotcha.
while everyone go. But yeah, go get a drink or something. I encourage people in chat to do the same if they're
Hydrate,
do things like that. Take your medicine.
I already took it. It's friggin' 9. It's
yeah, I'm
29.
gonna get a drink and take mine. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I don't think I should be taking amphetamines at 4 a.m.
Absolutely should not. I'll be right back.
Oh. Fascinating screen with no one on it. I'm very sorry. But I'm back now. You can all watch me take medication live on Twitch. It's a medication stream. I don't know if I will... I doubt I'm going to get a heap of time out of all of this, which is fine with me because I don't particularly want to stay up late. We hopefully probably have about another half an hour in the game. Hello. We have about another half an hour in the game. T is here, but you probably won't be able to see her. Oh, there she is. Little pink sleeve. She gave me this, but I give it back to her because it's a fidget thing. And then I think I might play like a little bit of something, and then see how my timer goes. But I'm fine if it doesn't. I'm fine if it doesn't go long. So I'm not like telling people like, hey, please make my timer go up. Like I really don't care. I would love to sleep.
I like sleep too.
Yeah.
And I can't sleep unless you say.
Do you want to go get back to your thing?
No.
All right.
There we go.
Well,
There we go.
There we go.
I was like, no, wait, I have to show up on Serb screen. I need to prove we're in the same house.
yeah, I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, just, you'll see.
Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, lemon on a pear.
I went and showed up on Serb screen.
Yay.
Yeah.
I leaned over into the Serb screen.
Maybe one day I'll show up on your screen instead.
I mean, you can. The door's right there.
Not today.
Hey.
Okay.
Y'all got to see my indoor cane.
Oh, nice. I like the color.
Thank you. That's my. I don't want to track in things from my indoor cane.
It's a good idea.
It's like shoes.
Yeah.
Our
You don't wear your
realtor,
shoes inside.
our realtor did and dragged mud through our house.
Yeah. I'm waiting for them to come back and be
Rude.
like, there's too much mud on your carpet. It's like, you put it there. Fuck you. But I don't think we're going to hear anything back from them because it's been like 3 days and they haven't said us anything, so I'm thinking it's fine.
Yeah.
I've realized the reason I must get along with Brick so well is because like my high values are like chest, energetic, generous, modest. Also, apparently, my like worst negative trait is reckless.
Mine's just like I'm just very honest, like overly honest. I didn't even
Very
see that
proud.
there was reckless, and I'm probably not reckless, and I've been doing reckless things.
Yeah, you're probably like a 10 and 10 in reckless. Let me check.
Yeah, 10-10.
Yeah.
It's been very reckless, and I'm not even reckless.
I'm very modest. I'm indulgent. I am energetic. And I'm generous.
Valorous. I'm temperate. I'm modest. I'm honest. I'm merciful. And forgiving.
Okay, so
I don't even know what the word forgiving means.
Okay, so you take to get to Imber, you take a track. It's basically because there's no real like there are roads, but not really up in this area where you are. It's mostly just tracks that everyone uses, so they're kind of like just like, you know, packed dirt and mud that you can sort of follow generally to where you want to go. So you'll take what you do is you'd be taking it's called the Salisbury Main, and you take it kind of eastward until you reach Stapleford, and then go northward to Tillshead, and then west to Imber.
Oh, don't start that deep.
I'm sorry.
She's tired. Probably won't go too much longer just because T's losing energy.
It's almost 4 a.m.
Yeah. The land is like a series of gently rolling hills. It's pretty pleasant. There's no like real forest. There are forests, like sort of. That's what, you know. Vagon is on the edge of a forest, and so is Imber. But where you are now is mostly just sort of hills and like land sort of set aside for growing things or animals, and you pass
growing animals
and breeding
Growing
wheat.
horses.
Yeah. So you see one thing you see sort of visible as you pass it to the right is an old hill fort called Hambury. And that's like, you know, it was once like a really sort of prominent stone fort, but it's kind of fallen to ruin now.
My brain went like, when you said what you were seeing, I was like, it's a giant man-eating bear.
And another thing you see off into the distance is Stonehenge, which for you, Rhiannon, is particularly important place. But it's an important place for all of you, really, as sort of people from Salisbury. That's where the former High King and King of Logris, who was your king, is buried at Stonehenge.
Is that real?
It's Arthurian stuff. It's
okay. I was gonna say there's like an old king buried there.
I mean, there's probably people buried there. Who knows?
There's probably people.
They probably don't dig. They probably don't dig up around it because then it sort of runs the risk of knocking it all over. And
yeah, they only do that to foreign burial sites.
That's true. Eventually, you kind of travel westward, and you reach Imber, which is a village at the bottom of a valley on the downs. You see it here on our map, the little black triangle up there.
Oh yeah.
What I want you all to do now is roll stewardship for me.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Stewardship. Where the heck is that?
Probably in skills.
Skills toward the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh god.
Oh
this is
boy.
good.
Two.
This is gonna be
Oh shit!
Nice.
Wow, Brick.
all right. Can I roll better? Oh, it teased.
So, Rhiannon and Gwen, to you, this looks just like any other village you've seen. You don't much care about villages, peasants. Like, oh, pardon me, went down the wrong pipe. You know that, villages kind of, they're important, but you don't.
Not to us.
Not to you, yeah. You know they are important in the scheme of things, but it's like how, you as a person know that earthworms are important to the ecosystem, but you don't care what earthworms are doing, and you don't follow the business of earthworms very closely. That sort of thing.
But earthworms are like Brick's hyperfocus.
Yeah, Brick. but Brick, what you know, and it's only because you've seen a village like this before. So it's not like, because you are an expert steward, it's just because you're like, hey, these two things look same.
Yeah.
You know that it's a very large, you can tell it's a large village, but it's poor. It's like that there's not a lot of money going through this village. The fields around it are very small and kind of withering. And the hides that are kind of stretched out to dry, it looks like most of their income comes from hunting. And there's no river. It's just a little pond, which means the mill has.
I don't care.
Yeah, which means the mill has to be run by an ox. So you arrive here.
I communicated all this, and I sound really smart when I do that, and they both look at me like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Okay, so you've arrived in the town. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go find the person we were told to, Old Gar, I believe.
That's right, the priest.
Mm-hmm. So I'll ask around to see where. Well, I guess, is there a church or a chapel or something?
It's not like a fancy church. It's just like a kind of a wooden building that they've sort of hammered a cross onto the top of it. And you find it. You find that, and outside, there's a priest, and he's kind of sweeping with a broom that's mostly just a large stick with many little twigs tied to the bottom of it, and he's sweeping the front part of the church, and he sees the three of you ride up, and he sort of he gets a little defensive, and he's like, "Hello."
Probably hears us first.
Yeah. Here's Brick loudly explaining why the village is poor. He's like, "Hello." It's like, "Hello? How can I help you?"
Hello, kind sir.
Good. Hello.
A team of squires sent us. We were dispatched to deal with your bear problem.
Ah! The bear, yes.
Yeah, you're a man and woman eating bear.
Yes. I can help you with that. I'm something of a hunter myself. He's an old man, old and worn and weathered. He says, "Would you like to take a moment to prepare for your hunting? Because you haven't got your armor and stuff on, because you wouldn't ride around with it in the sun because it'd be unpleasant." He's like, I can offer the church to change and prepare yourselves." And I'll go round up. I'll go round up some of the villagers, and we can bring some of the hunting dogs.
Ooh, I like dogs.
It's like, yes, I'll go do that. I'll go do that while you prepare yourselves. And he heads off into the village. He's like, "Aye!" I heard
as a
myself
pagan,
tease my.
as a pagan, do I have an issue with changing in the church, or is it just like
it's just
fine, whatever?
Well, for you, it's just a building.
Okay.
Awesome. You're just like, look at this
Then,
pretentious building with a T with a T hammer on it.
Like I have
So,
these T buildings.
You mean to tell me this is a church because someone took a nail and a lowercase t and just hammered it on there?
It's not a T. It's a cross.
I think you know what. Like...
And I mean, someone took a nail and hammered Jesus through one of those.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I couldn't say that with a straight face.
All right. Well,
so you're all putting your armor on. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I'm very like. I don't want to look at the women, and I'm very very ashamed of myself, and I'm trying to put my clothes on without them seeing, and I'm very like.
Well, you wouldn't like strip naked. You just get yourself down to like the basic clothes and then put armor on top of it. You're not wearing your armor. And
someone might see
an
ankle.
Yeah, but someone might see my basic clothes.
Oh God. Not Brick's basic bitch clothes.
Yeah.
Basic brick clothes.
And I don't want to see their basic clothes. It's just
That's fair.
We've like known each other our whole lives, but like this is an issue.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will say, there's something I want you, if you can keep a note of it for me, because there's nothing I can put on your character sheet, so just write it down somewhere. You all have now got 1 point of armor reduction for your hunting clothes that you're wearing, like which is your armor.
I don't have anything with me.
I'll just write it down for you, T. But
Thank you.
I'll just try and
I'll put it in. I'll put it in wounds just since I can actually type there.
Yeah.
The equipment carried has like armor type and points.
Okay, well you just put hunting clothes and then a 1 in there, and that's fine.
I forgot my gear. I have written down the family saddle, which I guess is a fucking boat.
And was it a -1?
No, it just says 1 armor reduction, which I think means it'll take 1 off the damage you might take when wearing your armor.
Gotcha.
There we go.
So what we're going to do now is run like the hunting mini game, because Pendragon is a game full of many smaller games.
Oh boy, I'm sure glad I put points in that.
Did you put points in hunting? You didn't put points in hunting?
No.
I have 2. I have 2 points in there.
2.
I am a excellent hunter.
You are?
15.
Yeah.
Nice.
Brick's like, aha! I love to hunt. And
I love how it's like we're going on a hunting trip and you're so insistent Rhiannon should be our leader, even though you're the hunting expert.
No, Rhiannon has the good leadership skills. It doesn't mean that I'm not good at it.
Brick wants to be paid a consultant fee, not be a manager.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't want to be a
know.
manager.
You just gotta point Brick in the right direction.
Yeah.
And let him go.
I know all of our strengths and weaknesses, and I know Brick is the one to lead the hunting portion of this job.
Exactly.
I don't think you should pick me to lead anything. Looking at my stats. Unless I'm on lookout. I can lead lookout because the power of anxiety.
I'm pretty aware as well.
24.
How did you get 24?
Because it like added stuff to it.
Oh,
because I had it at like 19 and then it gave me a +5.
Yeah, then your special thing was also awareness.
Yeah, because I had it at 19 and then my special thing was a +5.
Yeah.
So it stuck it at 24.
My special thing I think was horsemanship. That's why I like a higher horsemanship.
I don't remember what mine was.
But yeah, I guess it's time
to
hunt this bear.
It's like a superpower at this point.
So this kind of works the same as the horse race did, where I've got like, I've got like columns on my sheet here, and we work through them until we hit, and the first one through wins the hunt. So what we do is, so you've each got a pursuit marker. This is stuff that's just for me. I'm just kind of explaining it for others. You've each got a pursuit marker which sort of represents you and your hunting rolls. And you all kind of begin in the same spot. Each time you fail a roll to overcome an obstacle, so there'll be various obstacles that come up in front of you. You fall behind. And this way, and that, like, so some of you will sort of be behind, and others of you will be ahead. And it says here, some PCs may not trust their hunting skill, perhaps with good reason. These characters can choose to merely follow someone else with a better hunting skill. They do not make a hunt roll, but then they cannot mislead the others and will probably arrive on site for the kill. So it's up to you what you guys want to do. Do you want to compete to see who sort of wins the hunt, or?
I feel like the only person who's competitive here is Rhiannon. I think I am happy to follow.
Rhiannon will propose a pincer move. So.
Well, okay then, Gwen. Who are you going to follow then? It's your
Rick.
Rick.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I don't even need to wait for the answer to that one.
Rick is my bro.
It's like, well, perhaps I will learn something from this Brick. I know you are rather skilled in this.
Old Gar sort of hearing you sort of discuss that, like, Brick is the achieved hunter amongst you. Old Gar, who's like, a bit of a hunter himself, as he said, says, well, I know the tracks of the bear quite well. Should I come with one of you? So whoever, you might get a boost from having Gar with you, but it depends which group takes him with them.
Aren't we all going with me?
No, Rhiannon's going to do her own hunting.
Okay.
Yeah, and Gwen is just following you.
I feel like Rhiannon could use the boost.
Yeah, I'll take Old Gar with me.
So Old Gar goes with you. So you get a +5 to your hunting rolls when they come.
Okay. So
but this is just your initial roll.
Yeah.
So as the dogs find the scent.
I'll be lookout.
Well, actually, it says here, Old Gar follows the character selected as the leader during the joust, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Okay, so all right, so get Brick and Rhiannon, give me hunting rolls. Brick's yours is an unmodified hunting roll. Rhiannon, yours is a.
I got a 1.
That's the good. That's a good roll. Oh no.
Oh. So Brick, you find the scent. So you are on. Your dogs find the scent of the bear without much trouble. Rhiannon, you and Old Gar kind of like Old Gar says, like, I think these are the tracks, and you're like, no, I don't think those are the tracks.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
You kind of get into a brief, not vicious, but like a brief argument over what the bear tracks are, which sort of
girls are fighting.
Ahead. So now this is the round that we're on. So basically what happens is, because it's this time of day, and the hunting is like each hunting round is about an hour. So we get because it's spring, you get about eight rounds per day. But because you sort of travelled in the morning, you're only arriving here you're only sort of starting the hunt in the late morning, so you get 4 rounds. So if that makes sense to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just marking it on my thing.
You find the bear and I'll fight it.
Yeah. So Rhiannon, you're out of the first round because you haven't found the bear. Because you haven't found the tracks. But Brick, you found the tracks, so we get to do a search roll or a chase roll for you.
So chase is
no, hang on, you don't actually roll anything. What happens is you found the bear's tracks, and now you got to spur your horses and dogs forward through the woods in pursuit. So what happens is you now on the trail you make another hunting roll. So you've got so each I've got to make an opposed roll against you.
So I roll hunting though.
Yeah, and I'll roll my. I've got to make a quick little NPC for this. So sorry about that.
That's all right.
Bear PC.
Yeah,
Bear PC.
You got to make a little bear NPC.
NPB, non-player bear.
Yeah, non-player bear. That's right. Character sheet. I still can't get a.
I've got like a 15 in battle, so just let me loose on the bear when we get there.
What have I got on the battle thing? I've got 15 in battle as well.
Cool. We'll pincer 15, the bear.
15 as well.
Yeah.
We just all suck with lances.
Okay, so the bear, the bear fails. So you, as noted under the hunting skill, each character gains +5 modifier due to the fact that he knows the lands of his home country quite well. Oh, so you get a +5 modifier, but that would have given you a critical hit actually.
Yeah.
So you're a critical, and Gwen's just sort of following along behind you, like, "Yay, Brick!"
I'm just like, "You got this."
Brick always has to have people cheering for him.
So, Brick. Basically, what happens is you catch the scent of the bear, and you follow the dogs, and you find the bear immediately. You immediately come out of through the woods, and you are straight on the bear. Like, you just know exactly where to find it.
And the dogs didn't find the scent. I did. Like, I could smell it.
Yeah, you're like, I smell bear. So now, to determine the distance between, I got been found. Use avoidance to determine the distance between the hunter and the hunted. Hang on. Okay, so there's another rule here. Boy. All right. So once the hunter catches up with the prey, use the following formula to see how close the hunter is. So it's 1d6 plus the hunter's avoidance value plus the pursuer's hunting value. Okay, so let me roll a 1d6.
You do or I do? I don't know.
No, I do. So it's 11 minus your hunting value, which is 10?
15.
15. Okay, so I think you're like right. You basically are right on top of it.
Yeah.
We're right on its bare ass.
Hey, man-eating bear! I'm a bear-eating man.
So you've caught up with it. You've caught up with it straight away.
I just love that to this village, Brick is hyper competent. He sounded smart walking into the church. Found the bear immediately.
So you can do
except for old Gar's not here to see it.
Yeah.
So you get a surprise roll, a surprise attack on the bear.
Okay.
This is just Gwen and Brick for now.
Yeah.
So roll your combat skill. Is there a combat skill, or is it like
there's battle?
No, that's different.
Combat skills are battle and horsemanship.
Whichever skill you're using. So if you're using you're going to use your lance or a spear or what?
My sword.
Okay, you're going to use your sword on the bear?
Yeah.
So yeah, roll that. So roll your sword, and I'll roll it against the bear's avoidance skill.
Oh my god!
Oh no! Finally!
Why do I fumble everything?
Okay, so you fumble, but
just yeet off of this horse right into this bear.
Okay, so no, you don't get to make hunting rolls though, Violet, because you're just following Brick.
Yeah, but this was combat now,
yeah,
right?
but we're not right in the combat yet. This is like, to see if you can jump on the bear, you know. So it's a hunting roll technically.
And then why'd you ask for combat rolls?
Oh no, because it says make a combat roll against the prey's avoidance skill. So that was the roll to check, but it's still technically part of the hunt.
I know it's confusing.
Okay.
It's fine.
My only critical will go to waste. It's fine.
Not you. The game. Like the
you know
game.
what I'm going to say? For the sake of I would actually like to, because I agree that it's confusing. So I'm just going to make a house rule here and say the critical counts.
Yay!
So you now Brick, you almost lose the bear in the process, but luckily Gwen kind of swoops in to succeed here. The hunter
Dexy to the rescue.
We make a good team.
Okay, so you deal double damage in your first round of the combat here.
Damn.
And if in the first round that's happening, like after this, like initial attack, it's gonna go after you first, Gwen, because you draw attention.
Cool. How do you deal damage?
Give me 1 second, and I'll just.
Because I have a 3, and then I have D6 next to it.
Right. So I think you just. Okay. So combat. I'm very sort of stupid with combat in this. So.
No, you're not stupid. That's not.
With combat in this game, I am.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to say that.
Okay.
The combat is convoluted. That doesn't make you stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do a surprise attack. Let me just check something real quick. Brick has 1, 2, 7, and Gwen has. Gwen would have gone first anyway because Gwen has the higher glory. So that makes that at least settles that for me. You get the first attack with your dex. So okay.
Did I just hit the damage button?
I think so. Let me just. Sorry, I've got to go back to the combat section because it does. For some reason, this part it just stopped deciding to explain the rules and just says, something's happened basically. All right, so
the part that is always the quickest to go along in any game, combat.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you good?
Yeah. So damage is. I think it's just a damage roll. Just give me a damage roll.
Do I do 2 of them, or is it I roll it and double it?
Roll it and double it. I think. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. So 22.
22. Okay.
That's actually really good for 3d6.
So, where's our bear is?
It's a big furry creature.
I know
what it's not to be confused with a boar.
Yeah.
No, I said big, not little.
All I can think of is just the mental image of, we've probably even been sharing a horse at this point.
Yeah.
So I can't get lost. And we see that bear and I just spring over this short king's head.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you're the same height as me.
I know, which is why it's easier to play leapfrog over your head.
Okay.
Because I'm all limbs and you're all brick.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. My torso is really short, but I got leg. I got leg for days.
I would like the idea of when I fumbled, I fell from the horse and the sword went down into the ground and then you leaped on my back and went into the attack. I love that idea.
I love the idea we're the same height, but I'm all leg and you're all torso.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have the highest dex of the party.
You did injure it, but it is not dead. But you did a nasty sort of blow upon it.
Mm-hmm.
It very much angered it.
This is when Gwen the Tenacious actually lives up to her name.
So you don't get to go in the surprise round, Brick, because you fell over.
Yeah, that's fine.
If the quarry still lives after the surprise attack, as many as 3 characters with melee weapons, plus any number of ranged attackers, may attempt another attack if possible while the beast tries to either escape or close in with the attackers. The prey still uses its avoidance skill to oppose those attacks during the rush, rather than an opposed combat roll. So, you guys meant to make another attack. I'm going to say also at this point, Rhiannon, you arrive.
Okay.
Sort of like hearing the commotion. You arrive to meet the bear. So I'll get you all to make more whichever weapon you've chosen to use against the bear. So there's the 3 of you, and its opposed skill is the bear's.
Jeez.
Good work.
Oh!
Yeah.
I don't think
we did the pincer attack.
I don't think. Rick, do you want to go?
Yeah, I'm shocked. Cool.
So we both roll double damage again.
Yeah, you do. I don't know if I should really.
The bear fails to have, the first roll I rolled the second one by accident, but the bear doesn't pass you anyway. So all of you roll damage, but I don't think we double it this time. I mean, actually no, it's critical, so it is doubled. Yeah. So
I turn to Rhiannon and I go, "Look, Rhiannon, big boar."
12.
You beaten me into finding it, but I'm taking it down.
Because I've already stabbed it twice.
Jesus.
30.
What am I rolling?
There's a damage button at the top in the middle column.
Attributes.
I can do it for you if you like, T.
I would like to learn.
Okay,
attributes.
see where it says attributes?
Yeah.
Just scroll down those buttons and you'll see damage down there.
Damage. Okay, attributes, damage.
Yeah.
Submit. Cool.
Okay, so basically, you all sort of fall upon this bear with your swords, but it is actually Rhiannon who strikes the killing blow.
Takes all my credit.
Yeah. But it's still you and sort of old Gar comes sort of rushing into the
34 damage.
Yeah, so you did so much. Yeah, you killed it. It's dead. So you each gain 10 glory. So put that in there on your sheet. You should have a section that says this game under glory, and just put 10 in there, and I'll do that changeover for that later.
Nice.
And you divide a one-time bonus of 20 glory amongst you all for taking part. Okay, so there's 10. You all get initial 10, and then another 10 divided by 3 because you all took part in killing it. Which is annoying because now we're in percentages. So a 3.33. So
yeah,
let me calculate exactly how much you have. So it's 10 plus 3.33 plus another 20. 20.
Another 20 divided by 3.
Yeah, so it's 10 plus 3.33 plus 6.66.
Well, that's easy. You take the 10, you take the 20, you put them together. That's 30. Yeah. We each get
19.99.
No.
Yeah, but that's plus the 10 that you all get for being there.
Yeah, the 10 is split 3 ways. The 20 is split 3 ways. So you just add the 10 and the 20 to 30 and split that 3 ways. It's 10 each.
Oh. 10.
Oh, math.
Wait, isn't it 10 plus 3.33 plus 6.66 is...
Because it's not 3, it's 0.33333333333333 to infinity. It's 10 and a third.
Okay.
And then we've got the 6 and 2, or like that's 6.
Just simplify it in the way that you just do the 10 and the 20 plus it together and then split it 3 ways.
Yeah, instead of splitting 2 hard numbers by 3, add them together and split them by 3.
Yeah, don't make it harder than you. Don't make it harder on you.
Okay, just put that on.
So that gives us all 20 total, I think.
Yeah.
Let's put 20 in there then. Okay. And that's
Turns out I can do math at 4:30 in the morning.
Okay, the bear's
Coffee
dead.
kicked in.
You clean up the corpse as part of how it goes. You can take its hide. Maybe you want to make a rug with it or something with it later. The hunting party help gather up the meat. You can take its paws, its claws, or its head as a trophy. It's whatever you want to do with it. It's your dead bear. And how do you feel about how things have gone?
Pretty good. The pincer attack didn't work as well, but it came through in the end.
That's all right.
Yeah, Rhiannon just stole my thunder. Couldn't stand someone else in the spotlight.
I'm not generous, so I'm not giving away any of the meat.
I'll talk with my fellows here and just be like, so what part of the bear do you want as a trophy?
I would like the paws.
Okay.
You can make bare knuckles out of them.
Yeah. So,
what about you, Gwen? What would you like from the bear?
Thinking. I guess, well, it'd be kind of silly to take the teeth and not the whole head.
You could, because you could make the teeth into a necklace, so you wouldn't really have to take the whole head. And then you don't have to carry it.
You just want the teeth and I take the hide?
Teeth are easier to carry. Yeah, you can wear the bear. You can be the werebear.
You've got a big bear skin which you can turn into a rug or make into a cape if you want, or whatever.
Then you can take the head.
Yeah.
As you said.
Mm-hmm. It's probably easier to see through the bear's head if there's no teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna make friendship bracelets with the teeth.
If none of us were going to take the meat, then maybe we could give it away.
Well, the peasants that are part of your hunting party, because more than just the three of you. There's old Gar and then a bunch of peasants who kind of, did the logistical stuff while you guys took the glory of killing the bear.
That's where I was saying give the meat away.
They'll take the meat, they'll carry it for you if you don't want to carry it yourselves. If you want to keep it for yourselves. I'm generous. But
I'm not generous. You can give the meat away.
I'll be like, we should probably give them something. They helped out.
Nah.
Guys, why don't we make it into a feast we can eat it when we return to the village. They'll want to celebrate.
Feast in our honor.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
They can all join us with the feast then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me yes. Let me get them together to gather it all up, and then we'll head back to Imber. Okay.
They don't cook, they can keep.
Yeah. So on the way back to the village, you're riding down the little path out of the forest. It's you, the three of you, and old Gar on his sort of small riding horse. The peasants are kind of a ways behind you because they all have to walk because they don't have horses. And what you see on the side of the road is three kind of dirty, shabby looking guys in dirt smeared kind of clothing, just kicking the shit out of a guy, a farmer that you actually know. You know him. You've seen him. Before at the Earl's court. He's a cattle farmer. You don't know his name, but you recognize his face. And you can see, he's so begging. He's like, no, please, they're my only livelihood. You can't take them. And they're like, shut up! And they're just kicking him, laying him with their beat. And they've got this. It looks like they've got his like some of his cows like roped off to the side, like they're getting ready to take them away, and he's trying to stop them.
I jump off my horse.
Yeah, I was like, we just killed a bear. We're on like a valor high.
Yeah, you're all covered in smeared in blood.
I ride forward on my horse. I'm not jumping off my horse.
I'm better off the horse, so.
Right.
As we've
start
established.
yelling, "What are you doing, sirs?
What?
What are you doing?"
Nothing. We're talking to our mate here. None of your business.
With your
right
feet?
on.
Kicking doesn't look like talking. Now, on guard.
What?
I said on guard.
I mirror Brick's stance, but like back to back, and is like on guard.
Okay, give me a second, and I'm gonna make the character little NPCs for you here because you're gonna fight them. It seems like you're pretty keen to fight them.
Oh yeah.
Or NPBs.
Yeah.
This time NP bitches.
Yeah.
Also, this is really ironic because I could swear that this was like very similar to the story that you had a character say in one of our other games, Serb.
Maybe.
First game?
Oh.
Was the story your bard told?
Yeah. Something like that.
It's like, we're just talking with your feet?
Hang on, I'm just setting this up real quick.
You take your time.
We're about to beat the snot out of some people.
Probably don't need everything that I'm entering, but I'll just do it for this, just so I have it next time.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys like as you sort of like get ready to attack them? Are you saying things to them? Do you have like battle cries?
We yelled on guard.
I've just said, I've asked you many times what you're doing, and you have not answered, so on guard.
Yeah, what he said.
Fair enough.
Rhiannon just has a very grim look on her face, like, nah, these guys are done.
You could say she looks very grisly.
She doesn't want to waste words on these people.
Giving them a chance.
Well, they didn't seem to want to take it. They seem very prepared to fight you. Like it seems like
maybe they think we're covered in our own blood.
Yeah.
They're like, oh man, these losers are about to keel over.
They're all kind of carrying like spears, like two-handed spears, and they've got like daggers at their belts and stuff. So we'll do.
So they have weapons. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
they're armed.
Okay.
You probably wouldn't like, rush to attack them if they were just like unarmed dudes.
I would.
Or maybe you would.
Happened in my last game. Literally, just happened last night in the Wednesday game. Not by my character.
No, I'm a good person.
Oh no, I'm a lawful evil bastard in that game. But I'm not the one that attacked an unarmed person. Because I'm lawful.
The last game where like everyone disappeared from, we were all like everyone in my game, me and Bishop were like just following behind, like, oh, and everyone's like committing genocide like the whole fucking game.
Yeah, it was pretty violent.
No, see, that's why when I play evil alignments, it's lawful evil, because at least they're a little more reined in.
Okay.
I always play chaotic, but I just don't do that evil shit.
You don't skim the shame basement.
Yeah, no.
See, I just live in the corner of the shame basement, close to the stairs.
In the like the stair cupboard thing.
Mm-hmm. In the dumbwaiter. There we go. I'm in the shame dumbwaiter.
Yeah.
Okay. So we will we've done the determination phase where we all say what we're doing. Brick has got off his horse. Gwen, are you on your... You got off your horse as well to stand like back to back with Brick and do a
We're
movement
back to
post
back
strat?
and both
Yep.
pointing our swords.
Yep.
Backing to backing.
So now we...
Brick to back.
And Rhiannon is charging them on her horse.
Yeah.
Generally, so that's the determination phase, saying what we're doing. So resolution phase, if you don't intend to move this round, then your actions take place. So are you Brick and Gwen, are you going to like move to attack them, or are you just going to kind of stand there and wait for them to come to you?
Waiting for them to come at us.
Okay, so they're kind of like sort of got their spears out, like they're kind of facing off with you. They're not prepared to really charge you yet. But
I'm just gonna wait for Rhiannon to knock them flat on their ass.
They're looking at us, but Rhiannon's charging at them.
Well,
I know what I'm doing.
Look, we have to make sure that they get knocked prone so their pokey sticks can't get us from 10 feet away.
Yeah.
And then we stab them.
And then we charge.
We chose a leader.
We know.
Okay, so Rhiannon, you're going to charge one of the. I think is there a specific thing for charging?
There is on horses underneath. There's a damage thing. I don't know if that's what that is.
Yeah, I think that might be. But if that's only if you hit. So the damage I think is the damage the horse does. I don't know because you're charging with the horse, so maybe. Sorry, it's just I'm not 100% sure with the lance charge.
Also, are we on a war horse or are we on just a regular riding horse?
Oh yeah, you'd be on your riding horse. So.
Okay.
Your riding horse has a damage stat for that as well.
Your riding horse is like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, your riding horse might not agree with what you're doing. So your riding horse is just a rouncy, so it's got a damage. A lance charge is the only attack that must be made. So you're attacking with your lance.
Okay,
yeah,
so I can't use the sword while on horseback.
You can, but you can't do a charge with it. Would you rather? You can just sort of ride up and hit them with your sword, but it wouldn't.
Yeah, I'd rather do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you just ride up and hit it with your sword. So just roll your sword, and I'll roll. I think it's an opposed check with this.
See, the pincer attack will work.
All right. So what did you roll? A success. Okay. So a 9. So now we need to determine. So he gets to do his own. His own attempt to avoid that. So they both make weapons rolls. Okay. So he makes he's going to use his spear. Did that come up? No, it's got to have a modifier and stuff, doesn't it? Where's my screen? My screen keeps disappearing on me. There it is.
Rude.
Okay, so you beat him.
Literally.
I think it's an opposed roll. So yeah, you hit him. So he's
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if one character succeeds, the other fails. Proceed to the winner's phase. If both fighters roll the same number, okay, so it's an opposed check, so you succeed. So we go straight to the winner's phase, which means you got a regular success. A critical success deals damage. So yeah, you roll your damage now. So roll your damage with your sword. 17. Okay, so the first bandit that you kind of like come up to him, like just slash him across. Well, you can describe what you do because you knock him. You basically, first of all, you give him a major wound, which I'm not sure if we need to worry about with these regular dudes. So
they're not going to live long enough.
Yeah, so let's just say but you knock him down. So describe like you knock him on his ass, so he gets knocked over.
So yeah, like I come in, and like he tries to do like the spear to get me, but like I'm able to like kick away the spear using my shin armor, and then while he's open, I'll just quickly and deftly slash, like his upper chest into his neck area.
Yeah. So he seems like he might, like he could potentially get back up. He's alive, but he's on the ground for now. You've knocked him over, and that would be, and so now the other bandits get their opportunity to move. The one that sort of got knocked over just sort of crawled like he's too stunned to do anything this round. The one nearest to him, sort of sees the opportunity of Rhiannon like distracted by him, and tries to jab at Rhiannon with his spear. So he'll attempt that now. You make a actually, I think there might be something for multiple fighting. Let me check. Combat modifiers. Okay. So, oh my god, please just be written simply. It's so complicated.
All learning together.
Yeah.
That does sound like you said this was originally published by White Wolf, and complicated is like White Wolf's middle name.
I just saw a town on the map and it's called Duplain.
Duplain.
He is on Duplain.
There's also Figsbury.
It's also Broad, which I enjoy.
Okay, so so you had your +5. No, you get a +5 mounted bonus, but it was all good. That wouldn't have impacted anything. No, you would still succeeded. Good. The player decides how many. Okay, so you can either more than one opponent may attack a character at a time, up to 3 footmen, 2 mounted men, and 1 mounted man. Blah 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 blah. Defenders may ignore some or all attackers, or fight against as many attackers as they wish by dividing their combat skill among them. Let's not worry about that rule now, because you didn't know about it, and you didn't know you were going to get attacked by the other guy. So I'll just roll your sword to see if you can oppose this attack with a spear. You've got to roll higher than 6 basically and not fail. Okay, you did.
Channel your inner fire emblem.
Yeah, you you basically knock his spear aside, quite handily, and leave. And the last guy decides to run towards Brick and Gwen with his. Actually, no, he drops his spear and he draws his bow, and decides to fire an arrow at Brick.
Oh, Brick.
Because Brick is a wider target.
That's fair.
We're sideways too, and when Gwen is sideways, she's practically nothing.
It's going to be pretty easy to. Actually, how do you? Let me check where ranged attacks work first, because I don't think they would work the same as combat with like just the regular melee round. No, they don't.
Oh right, I forgot. I also have the rules.
Yes, I don't think we have an avoidance trait.
Brick dance out of the way?
No, it doesn't work that way, I'm afraid.
Damn it.
I shall swim out of the way.
I don't know how. It doesn't say anything about how ranged works. Oh, I hate being like unsure about this.
Get it another time. I'll just take the damage.
Okay, now here it is. Only three range combat skills. Blah blah blah. All ranged combats are made as unopposed rolls. If the target has a shield, he does not get an unopposed roll. But shield acts as cover, imposing -5 on the attacker skill. Well, you don't have a shield.
No, I just have my hunting clothes.
Okay, so he hits you, and that's a. And the bow damage is just a.
Ooh.
Is a 3d6. So.
Cool.
It says rolling dice, but it's kind of stopped.
It's like my brain.
Yeah, it's just frozen. Is it frozen for anyone else?
It did not roll.
It didn't roll
on
for
our,
me.
Right,
Yeah, it didn't roll on our end.
Oh, everything looks.
Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
Oh, there it goes.
17.
17. Fuck me.
Ouch.
Brick is almost dead. I've got 4 points.
Oh god, Brick, I think you might have taken a. Oh gosh.
That would have killed me.
Oh gosh.
Brick is on 4 hit points.
Oh my god.
Brick.
That can't be right.
Yeah.
I gotta double check this bandit's like weapons because that can't be right.
I mean, bow and arrow is pretty deadly, actually. Also, how are hit points determined?
They should be automatically determined. Like I have 22. It's under total hit points.
Oh,
Under
23.
attributes.
Never mind. Okay, 23. Yeah, never mind. I wouldn't have been almost dead from that.
Yeah, I got 23. But I also fell off my horse a couple of times.
True.
I'm okay. You don't have to look it up. We can
No, I
work
did.
it out.
It did. It was a that. Okay, so Brick, you might actually take a wound here. Let me check.
Yeah.
Your major wound threshold is 13. So yeah, you definitely take one, and you're also knocked down. So
Cool.
you get struck with an arrow, and we'll do the major wound determination now while we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Major wounds determining from a single injury, 10% serious bodily harm.
Brick has got a chip.
Yeah,
He's been chipped.
you've chipped the brick.
He's been bricked.
He's just got a little chip off of him.
Actually, no, you have damage reduction.
Yeah. From
Yeah.
the hunting clothes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 1. Okay, so I mean, then you lose 16 instead of 17. It's not much
So,
better. Not
yeah,
much
no,
better.
I've got 5.
Yeah.
Not much better.
Oh, what does unconscious mean?
Unconscious. That's that.
So I have
Okay.
a
Yeah. So that
6
means
unconscious.
I think that means that 6. I think that's the health points where you become unconscious. So I think Brick
Yeah,
may be unconscious.
I am unconscious.
Yeah, so as a character loses hit points, they reach a point where they become unconscious. So yeah, you're at your unconscious hit points.
Me.
I got to determine your major wound. Practical examples. Okay, there are several negative consequences. So now you need surgery.
Yeah.
Or the medieval equivalent of surgery. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
I need leeches.
Yeah, surgery needed. You have a wound.
Yeah.
You fall unconscious. You must roll on table 5.3, wherever the fuck that is.
Alright.
Table 5.3. Why you gotta be like this?
I don't know. I can't find it. Table 5.3. Where are you?
We'll work this out another time. I'm fine.
Well, no, I'm happy to work it out now.
No, I'm tired. After this fight, I want to go to bed.
Okay. All right. Well, I just found it. Is that okay? T, I can't hear you.
I said okay.
Okay. So roll a d6 for me. Just type / roll d6. Okay. You take no loss.
Ah,
Hey.
You don't take any major hit point loss. You don't avoid unconsciousness. So
That's
yeah,
fine.
you have an arrow sticking out of you and you're unconscious on the ground.
That sounds very Brick.
And we move to next round. What? So yeah, we'll just go in the same order we went in. Rhiannon, what do you do now? You're engaged. You're engaged in combat with this one guy on the ground. There's another guy past him with the bow and arrow.
I see what they did to Brick, and are they like? Could I strike at the one with the bow? Is it close enough?
You have to disengage from this one.
Oh
No, actually, you're close enough that if you moved, you could be fighting both of them. But you'd have to either divide your combat skill between them, or you could just accept whatever hit you're going to get from one of them, and focus on like the other. It's up to you.
Okay. Let's see. So if I divided my combat skill, if I used my sword, so I would be.
You don't have to divide it evenly. You can like choose like
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I will. See. Well, there's also yeah, I want vengeance on the bowman.
Yeah. So maybe you want to actually give me a favor. Roll vengeful, because I think if you succeed in your vengeful roll, you just like ignore this spear guy and go straight for the bowman, because he's just like to your eyes killed Brick. Yeah. You can't split your
we
attention.
don't know if Brick's alive.
Yeah, you can't split your attention. You want this bowman dead. So give me
I'm gonna focus on the bowman.
Yeah.
And I will strike at him.
To be fair, Brick did start this. It's Brick's fault.
All right, so sword on bowman.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, he has to try. I'm just rolling Great Spear as his opposed check, but it would be technically because they're all rated the same for his combat anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll just roll that. Actually, you get a +5 on your roll, by the way, so that's actually a 7.
Okay.
So he rolls a 7. So you succeed. You both get the same, which actually has a thing that happens, because everything has a thing that happens.
I do love the way they spell surgery.
The old medieval way. If both fighters roll the same number, then a tie occurs. It's essentially the same as if both have failed, but if one combat weapon is a sword and the other's is not, the sword breaks the other's weapon. So you break his bow, basically.
Oh.
You smash his bow with your sword, but you don't actually injure him.
Yeah.
Brick, you're lying on the ground bleeding. Gwen, what do you do?
I'm gonna go after person who just shot my Brick.
Right. You can move towards him. He's not that far away.
Okay.
Give me a combat check, and that'll be versus his. He's great. He's sort of pulled his dagger out now because his bow is broken.
All right. Let's see if lightning can strike 3 times.
Actually, no. I think you just hit him because he can't oppose you because he just opposed Rhiannon.
Oh, okay. I see how that works.
Yeah. So you injure him. So roll damage.
All right. 9.
Okay. So let's see. I think he has rules. Okay, so 9. What are you laughing at? Did I miss something? Miss something good?
Chat.
Oh.
T in chat.
Give Brick surgery.
I need surgery.
Okay, so he is down to...
How does first aid work? Because I'm pretty good at that.
Me too. I probably should have done that before I died.
First aid won't fix the wounds. It might fix something else, but we'll do that after the combat.
I don't have wounds.
You do. You have one major wound.
Do I? It doesn't say I do.
I didn't put it in yet, but you do have one. So can you put like one major wound? Just one major wound. We'll decide what kind of wound it is for you. Okay, so yeah, you hit this guy, and you do injure him, but he's still on his feet. And now I believe it is Rhiannon's turn. No, the third guy with the spear is going to stab up at Have all the stuff, is everything frozen on the stream, or is my stream just crashed?
Your stream has crashed.
Okay, good. I don't care.
Cool.
So guy with spear is going to take a stab at Rhiannon. Well, he can.
Horse girl.
Did you just call Rhiannon horse girl?
Yes.
Why is everything slow to? Everything's just crashed for me. I think.
Yeah.
Did the stream
The
crash?
stream-
I mean, we are trying to host a game from 2 different ends of the world.
Did
The stream's fine.
Okay, well, everything's crashing for me. I'm confused.
I told you it was fine though.
Okay. My dice roll's not coming through.
That's just a Roll20 thing.
Yeah, that might just be roll 20. Because sometimes it does that.
There we go.
There it goes.
Failed anyway. Missed. So we come back around again to Rhiannon. Your vengeful roll, I'm going to say, is put you square focused on the bow guy.
Yep.
I didn't mean to roll bow for
right.
that, but it was meant to be a spear, but it's whatever. It's the same thing. It's the same skill.
All right.
So
I will try to get bow guy.
Yep.
And then this has a +5. Is that right?
Yes, because you're on the horse.
I'm on a horse.
So wait. Hold on, what did I roll?
9.
You rolled a 5 plus. Wait, why is that a 9?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I think it just changed your sword to 20.
Oh. Okay.
I feel like Rhiannon's sword
So-
has been going up slowly.
I think
Well, like
that's okay.
it starts at 19 because that's where I have.
Mhm.
That was one of my boosted skills. Like it's at 19. It's just
Yeah.
when I
But
added
it
the
can't
+5.
go above 20, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll the dagger as a attempt to.
So I think I actually rolled a 10. Oh no.
Well, they failed anyway, so you do damage to them.
Oh, okay. All right. Damage.
You
18.
lop their fucking head off. They are.
Yeah.
I duck.
Yeah. Yeah. Gwen, you're like and then as the guy's head just flies off, and you're like, okay.
I Dexy out of the way.
It's now your attack. There's still a guy with a spear nearby, but he looks ready to run. He doesn't look. Actually, he drops the spear when that happens. And
Whose turn?
turns to run, but it's your turn, Gwen. You can get him before he moves if you choose to.
I mean, and yeah, if I can't do anything for Brick at the moment,
Yeah.
like healing.
Well, you can't really. I mean, you can look at him, but it's also a thing of old Gar. Actually, I'll point out that old Gar is next to him, looking after him too, because old Gar is a priest, and priests know about healing. You know.
Well, I'm not actually super vengeful.
Yeah.
I am not, but I am very valorous. I don't know if it's very valorous to chase after someone who's dropped their weapon and run.
Not really. It wouldn't be considered particularly valorous.
I mean, maybe to capture, but not to kill.
Yeah.
So is there something for that? Can I yeet after him and capture or tackle?
I mean, yeah, you could I mean, it would also not be considered particularly valorous to start fighting with your fists, you're a knight.
I'm just wondering if there's a way to stop.
I mean, you could hit him with this the flat of the sword. You wouldn't necessarily
just knock him out with the pommel.
Yeah, if you want to try.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, so
they have to stand for their crimes.
Yeah, so just roll your sword. He's not going to oppose it because he's trying to run away.
No.
But I'm going to say that even though your sword kind of doesn't hit him, he and just cowers. He's like I surrender. Don't chop me head off.
Smart choice.
Okay. And now I think you take, there's 2 of them that are alive still, one injured, and the other one is fine, unharmed. And you can take them both. That would be the normal thing to do in a situation like this, would be to take them both, like prisoner to stand trial because they're clearly like bandits, not doing the right thing. Brick, we'll see. He's not like gonna die. It's not a mortal wound. Obviously, if it's not treated with surgery, but like, you know, it could get bad and become worse. But for the moment, he's not like, you know, on the brink of death. He's like, he's unconscious from the wound. Yeah. Okay, so let's split. You kind of, you know, drag, you know, put Brick on the back of a horse. Or maybe you could wait until like one of the peasants comes with the meat cart and put Brick in the meat cart. It's up to you how you want
with the meat.
Yeah.
Well, I think Brick and I were already like kind of sharing a horse because I didn't want to get lost earlier.
Yeah.
So we can just continue to share a horse.
Yeah. So Brick's kind of like slumped over. Brick, you've probably regained consciousness by this point. You've got the arrow like sticking out of you because your old Gar's.
We're still like, back to back.
Yeah.
He's facing the other side of the horse.
Old Gar's probably like, don't take the arrow out. We need to treat him properly. I know how to do it. I'm not me, but I know a bit enough about surgery to do this.
A Brick's just like, I've been shot.
Yeah. Yes, Lord Brick, you've been shot, but you'll be okay.
Oh, okay.
And I imagine Gwen's just doing that, like, you know, like that little like little weird like you lock your arms and you're back to back trust thing where you can like lift each other. That's how I have you on the horse. Is I just have like your arms locked in mine as I'm facing forward and you're facing backwards.
Okay. Just like kind of like go to sleep.
And we can wrap up the game there. That's you're taking Brick back to town. We'll determine what happens when we get there next time. And
that's it. We got the bandits tied to Brick's horse.
Yeah, they're like you're like the bandits like hobbling along behind you, like they're tied up and they're kind of like on their bloody.
You're like dragging them.
Could I have like the corpse of the one that hurt Brick like tied to my horse, just dragging him along?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want his head too?
Yeah. His head is also like his head is like
have
tied.
It as a hip ornament.
His head is like tied to the side of my horse.
Yeah.
Ew.
Okay.
Vengeance for Brick.
And Brick's
vengeance for Brick. There we go. That's the name of the.
Brick's just sitting on the back of the horse, like, okay. You're like, Brick requires vengeance, and Brick's like,
pretty forgiving them.
I just love how we started off this session with me being embarrassed I got hit by a rock and telling Brick to avenge me.
Yeah. Yeah. And now you're avenging Brick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so full circle.
Okay.
Bad rock, bad human, I guess.
There we go. Episode title, Rock versus Brick.
Okay.
Or Brick Roll.
Wow.
All right. Well, I've got 30 minutes left in my thing. T, I know you want to sleep, so I'm going to let you go go sleep.
Just need to rest.
Yeah. Serb and Violet, if you want to go and sleep, you can also go and sleep.
I should probably sleep.
Yeah.
But this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And congratulations again on the big anniversary.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Does that mean how long have I been following you now? Let me check this. Hang on. Do you have the followage command?
I don't know. I don't think so. No, doesn't look like it. I could tell